guys are adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. Currently, you've been working on a variety of projects, primarily working to end the threat of Vagrodan against the entirety of the world, as well as cleaning up Senluma, the town where Brennan Thamior came from, which has been afflicted by shadows thanks to the actions of his father, Sumner. To that end, you guys have come to Shu, just outside of Asatoro, where you have descended into the reliquary of the Church of Imkael and made your way down into the Plaza of the Gods. We ended last week with you guys talking to Amaria Rosie down here, the newly ascended god of justice. Now, we pick up as you guys were just about to leave his temple. Would you guys like to do so? Okay. Cool. Where are we going? Nope. No clues.
Or put your wand in them. I'll set up for this muscle.
Yeah, it's fine. It was mostly just a passing whim. I'll have time to explore my cultural roots later. Regardless, I mean, the only way I know out of here is the pillow.
Well, we should make sure no one else wants to go anywhere first. We still have. Brennan might want to go say hello to someone. I think Echo still might, I guess. I mean, I'm good at this point.
Yeah, Brennan wouldn't know what god to go visit. You know so little about this.
I will go ahead and bring it up because you guys actually mentioned this, that you guys came down here to go talk to Usul and have not done so.
Yeah, we did.
No, I didn't.
Did I miss it on my notes? Goodness.
Yeah, we did.
We had a very long conversation with Usul.
That's
he
correct.
basically said, listen,
I'm sorry.
You know,
Yeah.
Senluma already has my blessing. I shine on them every day.
That's exactly right. I'm sorry. Eric had a brain fart.
Let's make sure. Tetsu went T-pose, so let's wait for him to start reanimating himself.
Yeah, I couldn't find the bowl that I normally have my rice out of, so now I'm eating rice out of Tupperware.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Just eat it out of your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it gets under your nails.
And then you touch your mouse and keyboard and it gets all starchy. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. So, Testerdin today, they were talking about potentially leaving the Plaza of the Gods. Is there anywhere that you would like to go?
Testerdin gives a long sigh and says, there is something I should be doing. You could tell he has deep procrastination in his voice. It says that I was given a kiss to deliver.
Oh, you're going to talk to Anwa?
Yes, I'm going to have to talk and meaningfully interact with Anwa. You can see he's developing this bit of a nervous tick where you see the cleansing stone on the back of his glove just going off randomly as he keeps touching himself.
Good luck with that one, buddy.
That's fine. He's right next to Usul's, or her temple's right next to Usul's, I believe.
Theirs, yes. All right, you guys want to head in that direction?
If he wants to, yeah, sure.
Because Ushu will escort you there. As you guys walk along, it's a long walk once again, several miles, as you pass multiple temples along the way.
Or backtracking.
It's probably made a little longer by just they procrastinating. Like every time they pass a neat-looking temple, it's like, oh, what do you think about that one? That sure is an interesting fountain they have out there.
Ushu will stop at each one that you find interest in.
That's the Temple of Ritrava, the sea serpent primal god of sea and nightmares. Actually, that kraken we killed probably worshipped her.
I'd rather talk to her than Onwa, to be fair. Onwa's in cahoots with Zoran, so I really don't have a whole lot of interest there.
Really?
As you say that, Aimer, a shiver runs down your spine.
And then Aimer goes, he kind of shivers a little bit. You kind of visibly see him tense, and he goes, yeah, really.
All right. So, as you guys approach the Temple of Onwa, there is someone standing out front of it. And we're going to hide Ushu for a moment. But standing out front of the Temple to Onwa is this figure. He looks at you, Aimer, surprised.
I'm not used. Is that Zoran Keltris? I'm not used to that art of him.
That is Zoran Keltris, yes, the new art.
Okay, the new art. Okay.
Yes, because the old art I was displeased with.
Yeah. Aimer sighs and goes, "I wish I was. I had to open my big mouth and look who's here."
Indeed. See, I was thinking of you specifically.
Oh, that's touching. I'm so touched. Aimer kind of touches his chest, but his face doesn't change. It's pretty much just cold steel at this point.
Blue steel.
See, I knew you wouldn't be surprised to see me. After all, look at who you're walking with.
I'm aware. I saw you. Wasn't that long ago, actually.
Indeed.
And about 100 years sooner than I wanted.
And you, High Cleric, how are you today?
Tessadinide straightens himself up for a moment, doing a bit of the Picard straightening his robes, and says, I am here on a divine mission.
Oh, how cute. She's waiting for you, of course. She wants to know what you've been up to and why you're associating with this young man.
Is he pointing towards me?
Yes.
Oh, you're calling me young? That's so cute.
Oh, you're calling him a man. That's also so cute. That's a child.
Aimer, you are 230. You're not that old.
Yeah, no one knows how old this old fart is anyway.
It's in elf years, that's you're in your 30s. It's not that old.
I'm old enough. Well, shall we go in, High Cleric?
Oh, I'll look at Testu and just say, do you want us to come with you, or is this something you want to do on your own?
You may as well come with. I know that you'll probably be tremendously amused by the exchange. Quick question. But who is Zoram Keltris? I'm not seeing that in my notes.
He is the Archfey of Nightmares.
Yep.
I kind of wanted you to keep going so we could say it in unison.
I was trying to overtalk with you, yeah. Imagine I did that, but not being polite.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. You know what I mean? Aimer, you've probably heard him mention briefly. Aimer when he talks about his past, he's mentioned the name probably once or twice in your presence. And you can tell, you've noticed his face isn't his normal, I want to punch you in the mouth face, but very cold and emotionless when he's brought it up.
The fact that an Archfey of Nightmares is here in the Plaza of the Gods and welcoming you to walk into the Temple of Onwa is concerning to you, Testudinidae. I don't need you to roll an insight check. Something's up.
Whoa.
Yeah, concerning but not completely off-brand.
Right.
We did it before because when he showed up, he talked about his aunt, I believe he said.
Right.
or something referred to them like that, like they had some sort of familial-esque relationship. And Amer, he sees them inviting on the temple, and he goes, I think I'm good out here.
Oh, you don't want to come inside?
No, not really.
I'm sure there'd be some surprises for you.
I think I'm good on surprises for today. And, to be fair, I don't want anything you're offering.
I haven't offered
Well,
anything whatsoever.
But you're suggesting, and that's close enough with you.
Yeah, I suppose. Shall we, High Cleric?
This is it's like his hand almost reaches for a pouch to make himself the quote-unquote high cleric, but thinks he better be sober for this one. Adjusts his robes again and says, "Yes, let us enter the Temple of Anwa, a place I, the high cleric, should be going."
Ushu will walk in front of you and open the gate. As he does so, Zoran will wait for you to go in first.
Yeah, Testadene is going to turn his shell to Zoran and walk in first.
Awesome. Ushu will go in as well, side by side with you this time. Amer?
Amer goes, I'll be waiting for you out here. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere.
Ta-ta!
Rose will go in just to keep an eye on Zoran and Testu.
Okay.
Mhm.
Brennan, are you going in or staying out?
Yeah, Brennan's gonna go in. He's trying to learn about all these gods and what you do with them.
Okay. Echo? High Cleric of Maria Rosie?
He's going.
He's going in as well. Awesome.
For he is the high cleric, but not the tall cleric.
Ricard will stay out here with Amer.
Ricard doesn't want to go in, considering who he is. Understood. All right. So, going in, the temple is nice, and it's segmented into 4 separate sections. The full moon, the waning moon, the new moon, and the waxing moon. As you guys come in, it's dark, but with hints of light here and there. Little tendrils that cast shadows long into the darkness. You hear your footsteps quietly, and then the doors close behind you. Ushu steps forward and begins to glow with a white radiance. He begins to hover. As he steps up, he moves 1, 2, 3 steps into the air and turns to face you all. Hello! Oh, Zoran, you brought friends! Testudinidae, it's a pleasure to finally have met you in person! Oh, what do you think of my friend?
I'd say that your acquaintances are as varied as thy forms, milady.
Oh, dear Testu, you're so complimentary. I appreciate that. That's why I keep you around. Ah, see, Zoran, this is how you're supposed to treat a goddess. If I treated you this way, my lady, we wouldn't get along. I know, but at least it's pleasant. Ah. So, you brought some friends in here, Tester, today. Are they new worshippers? I sense not. Just curiosity bringing them here to see the god of the moon.
Well, actually, the little one over there, gesturing to Echo, is a new high cleric, and as such needs to see how it's done and draw some inspiration from one who has been in the game for so long that they have rules named after them.
Understood. So, which rules that are named after you are you going to be teaching him?
Oh, particularly the rules of don't leave a simulacrum in place to guard a temple. It never ends well, and of course there is always the don't turn your back on an elf rule.
Oh, never turn a back on an elf. You should always keep a distance of at least 10 feet. Oh. But...
Oh, but I do come with a gift for you, milady.
Oh?
Something entrusted to me by Gwyleth herself.
Oh, how is the dear girl?
They are having quite the time. They decided to meddle in that first expedition into Shalosh and did some rather impressive things. Nothing compared to the impressiveness that you did, of course, but their help was
Of
notable.
course. Flattery does get you very far. After all, that's how you got to be High Cleric. I wouldn't have chosen you otherwise. You make me feel so special.
Well, I like to believe that you brought me to this level because I not only tell you what you like to hear, but also what you need to hear, just in a way that you like to hear.
Indeed. Well, as you know, one of my temples has been destroyed, and this thing here, Zoran, you should say, he believes that there's a tribe of meddlers who are out there who are seeking to supplant the gods. And he believes that because he's seen what they're dreaming. He believes that the temples are being attacked by forces from Bourbon.
Well, fortunately, the haven sent thy mighty artifact has chosen well, for amongst this party is indeed reason to charge forth into Bourbon and bring it to heel.
Oh, of course. After all, I couldn't do anything wrong, could I, Testu? With your insight check, she's testing you.
My goddess, I believe that you always take the action that you believe is best for us.
Oh, well put. I appreciate the wordplay. But Zoran here believes that the dreams that are coming out of Bourbon are to supplant all of the gods, to replace us with the Cervantes. And he believes they have ways to do so. Manipulations and fantasies placed upon, well, frankly, your friends. He wanted me to tell you because he believes, and rightfully so, that you wouldn't trust him. Frankly, I don't exactly trust him myself. He raises an eyebrow in response. But regardless of if we trust him or not, these are things that are concerning, even as simple accusations. Should any of the other temples fall, it would be most unfortunate. Faith in the gods is waning. You've seen what has happened to the dragon god down at the center of the plaza. That's a result of the Cervantes manipulation. This was him getting into the dragon god's head. At least that's what I believe. Do you believe that a mortal can manipulate a god, Testu?
I would say that what the deities know of the world comes from the dreams and hearts of mortals, which are prone to flights of fancy and inconsistency.
She looks over at Zoran Keltris. He says that you're prone to flights of fancy. Ha! Oh. Oh, well, he knows you. He's such a good cleric, isn't he? Suppose. Well, Testu, should we trust this creature and what he says to be true?
I would say that to trust him is a far greater ordeal than to trust his motivations. Because after all, a being like this will do what is in their best interest, and one can almost always rely upon that. So long as what is in his interests and our interests align, we have the foundations of an alliance.
So, the foundations of an alliance with an archfey. I believe this is treacherous grounds. Watch him. When you have dealings with him, be cautious. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him, which is quite far. But he is necessary for us. You understand?
I will be as cautious with him as I am with my words around you, my lady.
Oh, Testu, I wish you'd just relax. After all, things can always be worse.
As it just looks over his head at the rest of the spirits, it looks over his shell at the rest of the spirits in fellowship, being very aware of this fact.
So, how should we proceed? Because we don't want any more of the gods to fall, or we'd have to replace them with unknown powers. After all, we kind of like where the gods are now. There's a delicate balance, but it's balanced. Bringing in unknown agents to ascend and fill domains could be problematic. We wouldn't want a war of the gods, would we? Already that Church of Imkale, they come in and they treat us like we're in the wrong. Don't you think that's odd?
I would say that the ego of mortals can surpass the size of the astral plane itself.
Well put. So, did you have any questions for me? Or for Zoran? Because here, he can't lie.
Well, Zoran, it seems that for the moment we are to be allies, and after all, when it comes to Bourbon, we have someone with a established history and deep connection to the destruction of the Cervantes, and he will gesture open-handed towards Rose.
Why would I have that? I'm just a monk from Shu. Testu.
Rose, if there was a place to gather tremendous allies capable of standing against those you wish to see destroyed, this is it. We are speaking before the Archfey of Nightmares.
I'm aware of that.
So then perhaps picture
No.
the forces of Cervantes unable to get a good night's sleep for a few days before we were to engage in actions in Bourbon.
I'm afraid that your associate and I don't exactly get along. She actively avoids meeting me at night. She doesn't like me or what I do. She doesn't like losing control.
To be fair, have you ever met a monk who isn't like that?
Yes, actually. Long ago. I will have to go look in on Whiskers. I wonder what happened. But I know what is out there. And no, I cannot torment them for long. They're too powerful already. They've been allowed to perform certain rituals, bend certain ears, and gain allies. Cervantes are no longer subjects of mine.
Indeed, they have allied themselves with Veridrax, and Veridrax has access to magic's most blasphemous. In the in the depths of Shalash, we discovered and destroyed something that destroyed souls in the interest of powering a near divine being. Such foulness was swiftly put to an end, but there may be more such things out there, sponsored by the Cervantes.
Indeed. Vagradan has his own aims. Now that he is loosed upon the world without a master, he is like a raging bull without a fence. Be cautious, because I like seeing your dreams. They're pleasant and relaxing.
Well, as the monk might say, the depths of one's mind are the place where one can truly find solace and peace.
Perhaps. It was nice to see you, Testudinidae. And Ushu, channeling Onwa once again. Now, Testu, do be a dear, and if you do see any more broken temples, make sure that you find the moonstone in each of them, because we need those in order to reestablish the temple themselves. I don't like things being run down. It's not very pleasant. After all, it's hard to get people to go into ruins. They much prefer nice, pleasant places that shine in my light.
Well, indeed, I shall make that amongst our top priorities as we fight to restore the balance between mortality and divinity.
Well, thank you again. It's been such a pleasure talking to you. I've relished this opportunity. Now to go and return to my home among
but
the stars.
There is one thing I must give you to take with you on your way to your home.
A gift! Oh, dear Testu, you didn't have to. I do like it, though. What is it?
Yes. Well, it is something I've been asked to pass along to you. If you could come but a bit closer.
Ushu will glide across the air towards you.
Tessudinidae leans in and gives Ushu a cute little peck on the cheek and says, "A gift from thy elven sister."
Oh, dear. Well, that... Oh, that doesn't feel good. Oh, that bitch.
The love of a sibling.
Thank you, Testudinidae. This was not your fault. You've simply fallen for the wiles of someone who was a prime manipulator. I'm sure that Zoran will love to go and visit her soon. So, if there's nothing else, I'm going to go dancing with Usul. After all, it's that time. I love this time so much. He's so dreamy, you know? His muscles, his beard, his bright eyes, his firm hands. Strong God to be with.
I'm I am quite sure by the standards of the mammalians, he is quite handsome.
Oh, dear. Did he not manifest in an appealing presence to you?
I am one of particular tastes.
Fair enough. I wonder what those would be. Perhaps Zoran could tell us, but we won't pry. Have a good time.
Tessade looks over at Zoran and says, "Ah, yes, a big perhaps," and gives a big obvious wink.
He smiles broadly. He knows exactly what you fantasize about in your sleep. He's not letting on, though. Kind of his thing is secrets. And keeping them. So, is there anything else? Good.
Tessade will extend a hand towards Zoran and say, "It seems then, for the time, we are to be allies, bedfellows against that which threatens all."
He reaches out to shake your hand, and as he does so, his hand touches yours, and it's cold. It's very cold. He smiles. Allies, then. So be it. We are allies until Bourbon is free and the threat against the gods is ended. Deal?
But of course, after all, if we were to be permanent allies, well, where would the fun be in that?
True. And as you say, yes, the energy forms between your hands and crawls up both of your arms in the form of a black vine that settles in and then disappears. Zoran smiles to our mutual benefit. My lady, I must depart. Dawn approaches. And he will poof away.
Tessade flexes his arms and makes a formal bow to
Onwa?
to Anwa.
Yep.
And says, "And in tradition I come and I leave a gift, something enabled by thy mighty magics." And he is going to reach into his pelt and pull out the Mind Flayer beaks from Strelash.
Ooh, okay. You gonna leave them here?
Yes.
Awesome.
After all, that which destroys souls is abhorrent.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'll have to destroy those later. How disgusting. Ah. Thank you again for your work. And my little friend, I suppose, is doing well?
Is she referring to Echo?
No, referring to your coatl.
Ah, yes. Tessade gestures gently back towards the back of his neck, where there is a tiny lizard just like trying to crawl into its own self, even though it doesn't have a shell. It says, "Yes, my friend has been most helpful and providing perspective as I travel amongst those who are of." He ponders for a moment, unable to find the words, and says, "of varied natures."
Well,
You could tell that he crossed out a whole bunch of options in his head that would be inappropriate to say in a temple.
of course. Well, don't keep him too long. He has responsibilities back at home that he's neglecting.
Tessade is going to look over at Rose and say, "Well, there's a bit of precedent for that."
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
All good. All right. So, you ready to leave?
Indeed.
All right. So, as you guys walk out, Ushu will descend to the ground, return to his normal complexion, and walk you guys out of the Temple of Anwa to your friends. Aimer! Zoran Keltris does not come out of the temple.
The first thing Hamer says, seeing them watch out, he goes, "So where's the asshole at?"
He went back to the Feywilds.
Oh, good. See, I thought the gods would be unhappy about bloodshed here. So I'm really glad he left before I had to piss off most of the gods.
Well, Amer, while that entity is the anatomical portion that you describe him to be, he is still useful, and his goals, for the moment, align with ours.
I don't care what his goals are. If I see him in a place where I can kill him, I will.
The problem is that doing so may endanger lives.
I
that we
don't
seek
care.
to save.
I will sacrifice everything and kill him. I don't think you understand that I will kill him.
Please don't put me in a position where I have to defend the Archfey of Nightmares against a
That
party
is
member.
your prerogative, not mine.
You're the one who agreed to join an alliance with him, Testu.
I said that our interests align. We are to be allies.
Yeah, you are in an alliance with him now
Yeah, that's an alliance.
until
That's an
Bourbon
alliance.
falls. And
Until the Cervantes are destroyed.
Yep.
yeah. Well, I specifically kept my mouth shut, so I was not part of that deal. I am assuming it only applies to you and the Church of Anwa.
Indeed. It is a bargain most itchy, he says, and starts scratching his arms.
But
one
Testu-
that is necessary.
Testu, do you remember what I told you when I informed you about my goals? Do you remember the promise I made you make?
That I would not reveal it to another soul?
And what did you do? Well, no, I said another person. I said anyone outside of the room. And then you reveal what my plans are to Zoran Keltris, one of the people we are trying to kill. He has worked with the Cervantes in the past, even though he's not
And
doing
he
it
is not
currently.
working with them now.
Yes.
And that things come, things go. Allies can be enemies, can be allies again. The tides
How does that
flow in and
how does
tides
that
flow out.
change the fact that you broke your vow to me?
I would say that I can't exactly hide anything when I'm directly in the presence of my deity.
You didn't have to mention it. You could have just you're the one who brought it up.
You want the
That
Cervantes
deity was
destroyed,
weird.
don't you?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What was that?
You want the Cervantes destroyed, do you not?
I do, and I'm working on it.
And do you think that a conflict of that scale is one that you'll be able to exit with everything intact? Your morality, your ethics, your loves, your hates?
I have none of those things. I have no attachments, and that's irrelevant. The point here is I trusted you with this information, and I made you promise not to reveal it to anyone outside of that room, and you did. At the almost the first opportunity you did. Testu. Like, do you not realize?
Do you think the
Never
Lord
mind.
of Nightmares does not already know? Do you think Anwa does not already know?
There are many things powerful beings don't know. One, he's just an archfey. He's not omnipotent or omniscient. And Anwa, well, I could perhaps forgive that since, you know, you're a cleric. She knows everything you do. You could argue she was in the room with us. But Zoran, it's Tessie, I just wish you to
Whether
be
you
more.
wish it or not, I will use this power to free your homeland.
That's not the point. I don't care if you get in an alliance with him, because that's up to you and your god. The point is, you have to be more mindful of your tongue.
So noted.
I have to break in. Are the players okay?
Oh no, I'm. Well, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
It's
If it's characters pissed off, I'm perfectly fine with characters being pissed off.
the character is mad, yeah, but
Absolutely.
The character also said if
Right.
if he spoke to anyone outside of the room, she would kill him. But she's not going to do that
Okay.
because it seemed to be an innocent mistake. But yeah,
Players okay?
yeah.
Unfortunately,
fine.
that exchange had completely slipped my mind. I was I was not coherent last session, so I'm like, oh, fuck, I think I did make that promise.
All right.
Okay, well, it was several sessions ago, but
Yeah.
yeah, she
Okay.
yeah, she's pretty upset about that because
As long as
luckily
it's the character, I'm perfectly fine.
well, she's relying on the fact that Zoran is in an alliance with Anwa,
Mhm.
so hopefully that'll prevent him from leaking anything until the fall of Bourbon. But
100%.
yeah, so now
No,
she's
her Sweetheart Rose being upset is 100% valid. Just as a GM, I'm just checking, make sure that we're cool player side. As long as that's cool, I don't care if the characters are pissed off at each other. Absolutely. Like, I love the drama here between this because it is a slip on Testu's part as far as the character goes. That's perfectly fine. We just have to work through it, and as long as the players are fine, I'm fine. Cool?
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah,
All right.
Yeah, Testu's thing is that he is seeing the end goal as worth sacrifice, and that the party members are letting personal feelings hold them back from something that threatens the world itself. It's like, when something is threatening the world itself, all bets are off, all possible alliances are on the table. You take what you can get, because the alternative is we all lose permanently, forever, always.
Well, anyways,
Now,
so
I do need to hit a point here before we continue. Now that Zoran Keltris is gone, Ricard, I need to send you a message directly, because this is something you may or may not want to discuss. So,
Yeah, and as a player, that was my bad. Just that promise had just completely slipped my brain.
she was really serious about it, but yeah, it's what is it? What's the term? Not operational security.
OPSEC, yeah.
OPSEC, yeah. Yeah, she's seriously considering how much she's gonna information she's gonna trust with Testu from now on, because like if he forgets about it.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, she's also gonna let him know, hey, like, she's actually gonna say this in character. Testu, how familiar are you with Fey deals?
I understand that they rarely work out well in the long term, but we're currently dealing to make sure that there will be a long term. And I'll take whatever consequences come from the long term if it means we live long enough to get there.
No, that's fine. I just want to make sure you don't have another slip of the memory. Because unlike the promise I made with you, the one I made with you wasn't binding. The one you made with Zoran is. If you forget, or if something goes wrong, there will be cosmic repercussions that can't be stopped by anyone. Same with Keltris, but if he betrays you, I mean, the same thing will happen to him.
I am still getting to know this whole adventuring mentality, because, like I said, I touched the Haven Cent and expected the usual. Be sent to some farming village in a famine, some after effects of a battle that needed healing. I was not expecting to fight, godlike entities and such. That was a little outside the scope of my employment, so to speak.
Yeah, understandable.
Well, let's talk about the tenets of the agreement then. And make sure they're understood. What exactly did Testadinide agree to on his part?
That him
just being allies.
Yeah, they said they would be in an alliance until Bourbon falls. So as soon as Bourbon falls, the alliance is over. Knowing Zoran, if I was in his position, what I would do is provide minimal help. Wait until both sides are tired, then wait until the city falls, and then swoop in and kill anyone I needed to kill while they were weak.
Now, who do you think he would need to kill? He's the Archfey of Nightmares. The dead don't dream.
Oh no, he wants to kill he wants to kill Aimer.
He doesn't want to kill Aimer.
Aimer, does he want to kill you, or does he just want to recapture you?
Oh, and he disappears from Discord.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
I think he just wants to torture Aimer.
Man, that timing could not have been better.
Yeah, I think he just wants to harass Aimer more than anything.
Well, yeah, his internet
that's a
dropped.
lot of people.
He
Yes.
typed in for his internet dropped. Okay, so
Yeah,
I
tend not to break their playthings.
Yeah. No, I'm just pointing out. It's a Fey deal. It's very literal. As soon as we defeat Cervantes, that alliance is over, and he can do whatever he wants. We have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, I mean, even if we weren't in an alliance, I mean, he could have done anything he wanted anyway. The alliance, I guess there's different types of alliances.
Yeah,
and
that's
different
another
conditions to be
thing.
in alliance.
It does
Well-
give us access to his powers to harass and mitigate the defenses of Bourbon before we make our strike.
I think the undefined nature of the agreement
Payment is unfortunate.
on
Yeah.
both sides gives us a lot of freedom. At the same
Yeah.
point, I guess it gives him some freedom as well. But
What is an alliance?
Yeah.
It could be as simple as providing information to each other, or it could be military support. It could be anything.
one has to
Amer's
also
back.
consider-
I'm going to go ahead and get him to answer the
Yeah.
question real quick. They asked, what does Zoran Keltris want with you, Amer?
That is a fair question. I'm not sure what exactly he wants with me right now. Last I heard, probably for me to go back to work for him. Which I
he didn't want to kill you. He's had opportunity to kill you.
I mean, I've had opportunity to kill him as well, and he ran away. But no, considering the fact that I escaped his slavery, I'm sure he wants my talents back, considering that's how he got a hold of me to begin with.
So yeah, well,
So Eric, have you got a stat sheet on him? Because
Oh, yeah.
it sounds like you're going to need one.
Oh, I do.
yeah, we're gonna.
I've had a stat sheet on this guy for longer than this campaign's been going.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Well, it sounds like we're going to test the stats here.
So it's more of a matter of Amer hasn't, like, as a character, fully decided how he's dealing with the situation, which is why he hasn't been like, let's go to the Feywilds and just fucking kill him. Like, he's kind of torn how he wants to go about it, which is why he's been an ongoing thing, because it's not exactly. First off, he knows bringing a bunch of people who don't have protection from dreams against the Lord of Nightmares isn't exactly good for their health. So,
Well, let me put it this way. While the alliance that we formed could said to be a Fey alliance, it was also an alliance made in the sight of a god whose friendship he wishes to maintain. So no amount of him saying, well, technically, is going to get him out of the wrath of the god should he turn against us.
Well, I'm not concerned about him breaking his word to you. I'm just concerned about what he believes is an alliance.
I think we're in pretty
Yeah.
decent shape. I don't think it's much to worry about.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna outdo anything obvious or anything blatantly to break his word. He might try to do something sneaky, but I mean, he's an archfey. That's what they do.
he will absolutely try to do something sneaky. And if my blade isn't held, I don't know what I will do, and I'm not giving you guys anything better than that.
Fair. It's the Church of Usul that's in an alliance with Archfey. Everyone else in that room kept their mouths shut and didn't agree to anything. But keep in mind that also applies to whatever allies Zoran has.
Now, Amer,
Any?
something to consider is that this individual seems, with the aggressiveness which they've pursued you, I would say they seem almost desperate for your services.
Well, I mean, he killed my family to get me as a child. What do you think?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, did not know that.
Yeah, you haven't really been around. I mean, like, I try not to get into serious Amer mode all the time. It's depressing. Then I get really drunk. Then I do stupid things, like enter into alliances with Mosaba. We don't need to go there. That's the reason I don't bring it up that often. But you are correct that he wants me alive, mostly because I can kill people without leaving a speck of any wound on them, and vanish without a sight and manipulate people's minds. So I was quite the asset for him in his killing of his enemies And sometimes I'm still surprised I'm allowed in Queen Titania's court because I'm sure she knows at least some of what I've done there. Which is why I was really apprehensive when we went there the last time.
He's
When
very
one is
friendly.
shot by an arrow, one does not blame the bow.
True.
I can blame whatever I want to blame, but you know,
Well, I think Titania doesn't blame you for being ordered by Zoran, is what he's saying.
the Fae are Queen Titania. Some days she is the sweetest being you'll ever meet in your life, and the next day she'll order your entire family beheaded. I mean,
He is like a bonfire. Yeah.
it's
Talking about powerful entities that have severe mood swings to a cleric of Anwa. I understand.
yes, that's like Queen Titania. I mean, she still allows Zoran Keltris in there as well. So I don't claim to understand the inner workings there, but Zoran wants me alive for a reason, and that's probably the only reason one of us isn't dead in an alleyway somewhere.
I now need,
I-
because of that last sentence, I need Ricard to roll an insight check.
Ooh.
Yeah, I could say this. When it comes to the Fae, the only thing being worse than a hindrance is to be boring.
Aw.
So long as you are interesting, you are functionally protected by the Fae. Because
I'm going to
you're
spend
removing-
my inspiration to let Ricard re-roll
You
that.
want to have Ricard re-roll that one?
I love Ricard role playing so well, like his -2 insight, and he's just like, yeah, I'll go find Archfey. Fuck it, who cares? You know what I mean? Like it's
There we
Yay!
go. All right. Then
How the bloody hell?
So what was this insight for again?
there you go, Ricard. Have fun with that one. Uh-huh. Oh, and then there's this other part. I forgot to mention this one.
Yeah, that was an inspiration well spent. I'm very happy with that.
Yes, it was very well spent.
it's
Okay,
like when
so-
go ahead.
I was gonna say, while you guys are talking, you can see that suddenly, like, Monty is whispering in Ricard's ear. It's like, and Ricard's like, "Oh my God, you're right. I know that guy. I know Zoran Keltris.
How do you know him?
I know him as the Lord of Dreams. Like, you know, back whenever I wasn't that good at the whole dream feeding thing, he would kind of like hook me up sometimes with a dream here or there. It's kind of embarrassing, but yeah, that's how I know him from back in the day.
And for the record, anyone who watched Sandman, this guy was created before the Sandman series came out. So just heads up.
Bum, bum, bum,
What, like the
bum,
Spider-Man
bum,
villain?
bum, 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 bum,
No, the gothic horror Sandman on Netflix, I believe.
Oh,
It's that graphic novel goes.
Graphic
very
novel,
right.
yeah. It's amazing. Don't watch it at night.
oh, gothic horror. Okay.
It's amazing. Like, I read the script 20 years ago, and they were finally able to make it.
Well, if you like gothic horror, the new Beetlejuice movie's coming out.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Here's hoping.
Is it on Netflix?
Oh no, like theaters.
No, the Sandman.
Sandman, I'll check.
Yeah, send me a link to that.
Yeah, I think it's
I mean,
Apple. I think
I've been
it's-
going on a horror kick lately.
Yes,
so-
it is on Netflix.
Anyways, anyways, back to the game.
Yeah.
And you'll see that Monty will kind of like pull on Ricard's ear again and just start whispering in his ear again.
Oh wow, that was a lot.
Ricard gets a really confused look on his face and like furrows his brow and like start rubbing his forehead like, what?
Yeah, mine sounds like he's got something stuck in his carburetor.
Okay, yeah. You know, you're right. I remember that. So Zoran told me. Yeah, I know. I'll get to it. Okay, just give me a second, please. It's really confusing, all the shit you just laid on me. All right. I'm pretty sure we were drunk when he told me about this shit. All right. So just try to So Zoran was telling me one time about how like dreams can just kind of escape and like incarnate themselves into beings. It's really weird stuff, but Monty here seems to think that what you're describing, Amer, it kind of fits for you. Like you might be one of these nightmare dream incarnate things. Is that right, Monty? Am I getting that right? There you go. That's it.
Rose is gonna poke Amer, just like I don't know. He seems kind of real to me.
So out of characterly, as Joe perfectly understands this concept,
Right.
but Joe has lots of insider information.
Yep.
So Amer is gonna look at that and go like, "You must be drunk, Stonercard. Like, can I have some of what you're having? Me, a nightmare?
I mean,
Hey,
you are a
Monty knows
nightmare
better
to
than
your
I do.
foes.
Yeah.
That is true.
I mean, that's bizarre. You'd think if I was, that MK would have said something, or Saba would have said something.
I mean, to be fair, how many people have met you and describe you as a nightmare to deal with?
I need an insight check from Amer now.
Amer's fairly confused.
Oh, I hope it's not. I hope it's not a nat 20.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Okay.
it's pretty good. Oh no, is Amer gonna have like an identity crisis?
He might a little bit.
Oh, no.
I mean,
Is Amer a dragon god now?
Amer?
no, Amer is Amer.
Does that make sense?
yeah.
Oh no. You
Amer
mean
Bob-
this has been a fun setup, guys? It's been 110 episodes. I love it so much.
Amer
Oh, how-
pauses for a moment, and he kind of closes his eyes, and he stops talking.
And Rose is just, watching him with concern.
He's a dragon god now.
Is you know what? She's not gonna say anything unless he wants to talk first.
How do you guys want to return to the surface?
Does anyone else have any more business here?
I think I've been here long enough.
Yeah, that last god was weird.
Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I was going to have that Mad Libs for a god thing this week, but
Ah,
I'm so
but-
busy with work.
All good.
Okay, next week. It's
well-
something we pick up in the Plaza of the Gods gift shop. I mean, Ushu's got to make a living somehow.
They only have pillows there, to be honest.
We can
You'll
plane
s-
shift out of
yeah,
here. We can plane
you'll see.
shift.
They've got their own Build-A-Bear. That's all that's there.
I kind of sold my pillow, although I don't think I really care about that anymore.
Yeah, the Hecamat. I mean, they're great for trancing. Rose reaches into her bag and pulls out the black pillow she got the last time she was here.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
so why don't we just
think-
plane
I
shift
picture
out
he's
of
got
here
a-
straight to Sinluma?
He's got a clothing rack that just has shirts that say, I visited the Plaza of the Gods, and all I got was this lousy shirt.
So you want to plane shift?
Will that
If
work?
everybody's ready, I think that's the fastest way to get to Sinluma.
I mean, you can try it. I turned to issue. Would a plane shift spell work, or do we have to go the pillow route?
He looks at you impassively. I know not of these magics.
Oh, you and me both, brother.
All right, let's see here. Plane shift.
Here,
I've got it
it's
here.
basically a
Let's see.
teleport that lets you teleport to another plane with
Right.
up to 8 people.
Okay.
Actually used that in a
Doesn't
game
seem to be
recently
any
where
role.
we couldn't teleport to a city, but we could plane shift to another plane and then plane shift back near that city, and it wouldn't set off the same alarms.
All right.
You-
So
So I'm gonna try and plane shift us to the fountain in Sinluma.
Oh
Ooh.
wait! Before you do that, what time is it?
Oh,
on
Feels so
I'm-
good.
the prime material
I'm
plane.
I'm not scared of anything there. What are you talking about?
You
probably
should.
be.
You
Yeah,
should. Like,
I'm not, but you should be.
like, yeah. I mean, we are as strong as we basically can be, but those things are scary, man. And teleporting into the middle of them at night would be very hazardous. Like, I would rather fight the Jozosai, who are no doubt waiting for us at the entrance, than to fight those things at night, like off
His
the.
dad just turned invisible. His dad just turned invisible.
Not,
Aimer
yeah,
just hid.
That was
from him.
no. During the day, his dad like goes into the town and then retreats to his little hidey hole at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. What time is it on the prime material plane? If it's daytime, it's fine. If it's nighttime, we might want to wait a little bit.
How would you know?
There's the sun in here. Oh well. What happens, happens.
I mean, I could do a divination and call the popcorn god.
Ah, whatever.
Oh,
we only
God,
live
right.
once. Let's fight them. I'm sure it'll be fine.
There's a popcorn god?
So back in the day before everyone had a smartphone and such, you would call popcorn on a phone and you would get at the tone, the time will be.
Yeah.
That was how you set your clocks back in the day before the internet.
Yep.
I'm feeling so old right now. Fuck me.
All right.
I was playing it. Yeah, I think I'm older than you are.
All right. So, Echo, plane shifting.
Yep.
All right. Echo,
Yep.
you said the fountain in Luma. Awesome. Can I get you to roll 1d24?
Oh man.
Okay.
Ooh, hope it's a low number. Or
24.
I hope it's a mid
I think it's
number.
for what time it is.
Oh, I got you.
We're hoping for between 8 and like 6, or 8 and what is it, 16?
Did it roll?
Oh no, it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Did it roll correctly?
It did roll
Yeah,
correctly. Yes,
it
sir.
Okay.
All right, let's do this.
Right, here we go.
Echo, I hope you have the daylight spell ready.
Echo Rex, you teleport by plane shifting your party from the Plaza of the Gods to the village of Sinluma. Please roll for initiative.
I don't have a target token.
Yeah,
I understand. I
rolled.
understand.
Oh no, I rolled above an 8.
I didn't think we were going to be hitting this. I didn't expect us to hit this tonight. So
I mean, Aimer, you have the light of Usul, right?
No, he didn't give us any light.
Oh, he didn't? I thought he
no,
did.
that's
No,
one
he
thing you
did
guys never asked for.
I mean, we did, but like he said, give us something else instead.
Right.
You know,
So,
you know,
I didn't press it.
You know, that never works anyway. I mean, I have tried the sunlight spell on every creature in the game, and they never react to it. I mean,
We-
it's the
we-
same thing with radiant.
You guys
You think
used it on
Radiant
some
is
shadows, and
more
it got
than
rid of the shadows.
Yeah.
These things do. Like they're not invisible. They just get like a plus 40 to their stealth bonus.
It's
when they're in
only
darkness.
18. All right. So we're going to go down the order here.
Oh, it's a good thing I have. Man, I knew these things would come in handy.
Yep.
I
Question
still
is
have
my-
those 2 drift globes.
So would we still have
Oh,
the
they have a
aid spell
daylight
up?
feature.
Because I normally do that for the party.
Aid lasts how long?
8 hours.
No.
Yeah, because
Okay.
we took multiple long rests while we were in there.
All right. So,
You could probably cast it
Yeah.
once we land, though.
Echo, I need your initiative, please.
Oh, I don't see my token. I just see.
No, you're not going to see the token.
Yeah, you can also just drag your token onto the map and then click it.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
you're not going to see a token because I don't have the battle map for this because I didn't think you guys would actually hit up actually fighting the village this week. So we're just going to go for it. We're going to theater of the mind this. Brennan got a 16, not a 4. Mr. Picard. There he is. Picard got 12. All right. And my shadows are going to go off of 1d20 plus 5. Awesome. Uh-oh. All right, guys. Here we go. As you guys arrive, it is pitch black.
Oh dear. Yep.
It is midnight. The moon is not up. You guys with dark vision can only see a limited distance around you. Those of you without dark vision can't see anything at all. That's when you hear them coming. The scrabbling of creatures in the darkness. Creatures that you know are there. And after 6 seconds of them rushing towards you, silence. Aimer, what do you want to do?
Aimer's gonna go invisible.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the thing me and him were doing. Like, they couldn't find us either.
So I need a stealth check if you're going to be hiding while invisible, sir.
I mean, yes, I will go ahead and do that. I guess I'll roll a stealth check here.
Because invisible does not mean inaudible.
I'm wearing boots of elven kind on top of that, so my movement's inaudible, and then I have a
Understood.
34.
Cool. So you are very stealthy. Yes, sir. All right. After Aimer, we go to Testudinidae.
Testudinidae, still clumped up with everyone, says, "I don't think this is where we want to be. Home or fight?" Yells to the group.
You hear voices from all around you. Home, 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 home. Home.
Power is not far from here, right?
The tower?
We're in the middle of San Luma.
You're
It's
in
like,
the middle of San Luma. You guys are several miles away from the tower. Like 3.
Yeah. Yeah, so Testudinidae says, "I can get us out of here right now, but I need to go now. Yes or no?" Yelling to the rest of the party. You guys can talk.
Aimer's hidden. He's not saying a whole lot.
oh yeah, he can't talk because he's hiding.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I mean, I guess we could come back in the morning. I mean, in
Yeah,
about
we don't-
5 hours or so.
We have no plan.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not scared of anything in this town. I just hate to be here, leave, and have to come back. It's like I'm already at the store. Why am I going to go home and then come back to the store?
Wait,
You're just trying to buy
shouldn't I
booze
be
and you
going
forgot your
first? 'Cause-
ID.
Yeah, we can
should-
go. We
oh,
can
I
go
should-
home and
Oh, yeah.
come back.
You should be going before Testu. You're right.
yeah, because I have 17.20. Well, she's going to reach into her bag and pull out one of the drift globes she got ages ago, and she'll. Is it an action to pull it out of your bag?
Yep.
Let's see. It's not an action to wait. Hold on. If you are within 60 feet of it, you can speak the command word and cause it to emanate light or the daylight spell. Once used, a daylight effect can't be used against the next one. It's not an action to make it turn on, though.
Right?
So she will speak the command word, which I believe is the Elvish word for light,
Okay.
and she will cast daylight with the drift globe.
As you cast daylight with the drift globe, the daylight doesn't go as far as it normally would. It only extends 30 feet instead of the full 60. And as it does so, 5 feet from you, there are shadows ready to attack you. They made it all the way right up next to you, and you never saw them. They're illuminated by your daylight spell, and they're going to use their reaction to flee. Please take opportunity attacks should you like to do so.
No, I will let them go. Because we are trying to turn them back to normal. So
Okay? Awesome. Cool.
Uh,
They
but-
retreat
Those.
30 feet.
Man, good
We
thing
got 2 of
Cecilia.
those, and they follow us around, right?
Yeah, I have 2 of them, and yeah, but yeah, she's just holding up the orb and just saying, "Man, Cecilia really called it when she said these things can be handy." That was like 50 episodes ago, by the way.
More.
More than that, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Rose, you seem to know what you're doing with these things. Are we fighting through, or we're coming back on, Uso's light?
Well,
And now it's different.
well, one, we really shouldn't fight them because there's a whole town of these things, and they're nasty. I'm sure we could make a dent, but ultimately we would be overrun. I think it's best if we just walk out of here and just back to back, and stay in the light, and you should be fine. Though I do think some of them shoot arrows.
Yeah, for the
Yeah, get
record,
both of
what
them
you
out,
saw,
put one in.
looked like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, get them out. Put one in front of the party and one in the back of the party, and we'll head to the tower.
Well, Tetsuya is calling it. He says, well, fine, we'll come back at noon. And you hear him mutter something as the group's all still clumped up, and he's going to word to recall us back to Ricard's mansion.
I so much want to just counterspell that.
Unfortunately, it's not a spell.
Isn't it?
I don't think it's a spell, is it? Is it a
It's
spell?
a-
Oh, it is a spell.
Yeah,
Really?
it's,
3.
Yep, it is a spell. Okay,
Well, it only takes 5 willing creatures.
so who's not willing?
Well, does that mean your Quaddle has to stay behind? Because I just noticed that. Yeah, it's only 5 willing creatures.
Which 5 are you
none
going
of
to take?
does that mean Montalban has to stay behind? I think Montalban will be fine. He's a bat. He can fly away.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing, those 2 familiars count. Well, Eric, what's the mechanics ruling on that?
It's 5. Which 5 do you want to take of the 7?
Of the 7?
Yeah, there's 7 of you.
Yeah, me, Echo, Brennan, you, Testu, Rickard, Amer,
Montalban and the Quaddle.
Montalban and Snickpliskin. I forget his name.
Man of the Zawaddle or whatever.
Yeah.
None of those also.
That's 8, right? That's 8 people.
Yes, but he automatically gets to take himself. So, which 6 of the which
yeah, I got
5
it.
of the remaining
if
7?
Ricard's familiars counting, that kind of nursed that spell to balls. So,
Ricard can resummon Monty using a ring, so it's not a big deal.
Sure. But he doesn't know that.
It is a bat.
and we're not trying to kill these things, so we have teleported ourselves into a place where we can't fight and we can't really flee.
Well, they won't come into the light. It's fine. We can just
Yeah.
walk out.
If we're in the light, it's okay.
in that case-
And yeah, we just have to exit the city and we'll be fine. They generally stick around. There's a safe place only a mile or 2 away, and we'll be safe there. It's a giant magic circle. We've been there before.
Okay, in that case, I am doing a 7th level aid spell
Okay,
That's probably very prudent. Yes.
on Tessidinide, Ricard, and Amer.
awesome. Cool.
And that is plus 35 HP.
Awesome. Anything else you'd like to do?
Lots of incoherent muttering in Celestial.
Okay. Cool.
Done.
All right. Sweet August Rose,
Well, no.
you were with
I
the
went.
daylight,
I
right?
went-
And then
yeah,
we
I
go
went
to
before,
Brennan.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Brennan, what would you do?
Well, the light's up now. Brennan was willing to flee, but now we're okay. Brennan's just gonna prepare an action and just stay with the group.
Okay. Awesome. Ricard?
Yeah, he's just gonna try to stay with the group, I guess.
Yeah, Rose is going to be moving, slowly. Everyone at a pace everyone can keep up with, and moving towards Arvik's circle.
All right.
So I believe that was east. I don't remember. You can see it. It's a giant
It's west.
tower.
Yeah.
West. I'm sorry.
All right. So after Ricard, we go to Echo Rex.
is going to cast Greater Invisibility.
Okay.
And he's going to ask Rose for the other Drift Globe.
It takes an action for her to pull it out.
Okay. Well,
So-
on her turn, I guess she can pull it out.
All right. Cool.
He's
be-
done.
It becomes the shadows' turns. The shadows rush in, and with disadvantage, we're going to have 8 of them try to grab at the drift globe away from Sweet August Rose.
Oh no, going football mode here.
So, Sweet August Rose, these are going to be disarming attacks. So all I get is my to hit against you, and you get to roll your acrobatics or athletics to keep it away.
All right.
So, the first of 8.
I believe these things have, yeah, pretty accurate too.
It's going to be
That's
a
a really good roll.
25.
No.
All right. The second of 8.
Oh shh.
We
Oh man.
grab the drift globe away from you, and we run away, and there is popping sounds as the individual runs away, and you watch as your drift globe is being carried away from you
Rude.
into the darkness. As they do that, the other 6 are going to attack you because they're right next to you.
Yep.
The first attack will be a critical fail.
No.
The second will be a 26 to strike you.
She will parry that with Valerian.
Okay,
That's her reaction.
sure. The third of 6 is going to be a 30 to strike you for 28 necrotic damage.
That hits. 28.
And
I'll Silver Barbs that.
you're going to Silvery Barbs that one? Okay, Silvery Barbs. Who would you like to rate your d20 to?
Me.
Okay. So, the Silvery Barbs on this one is just the first number, and that is a 22. That will miss.
Okay, so I don't take 28 damage. So
Affirmative.
28 healing. There we go. Back up to 160.
The fourth attack of 6
That misses.
is the fourth attack is a 20. That misses. The fifth attack comes in as a 21. That misses. And the sixth attack will be a
That
29 to hit you for 32 necrotic damage.
Ouch.
Your hit point maximum is now reduced by 32 as well.
Yep. That's why these things are scary.
All right.
So max HP modifier minus 32.
Yes, sir.
32.
You hear laughing from the darkness. They're not done yet. Aimer, what would you like to do?
So are we fighting here? Like what's the plan?
The drift globe has run away 60 feet.
Well, Amer's also tucked a little corner, wondering why we're still fighting.
They're gonna try to walk out, but one of them ran in, grabbed it, and dashed away.
And exploded.
Oh, it exploded?
That one did, yes.
Oh,
I can still teleport us out of here.
yeah, it's starting to look like that. Man, I really like that drift globe. No, that's probably the best bet. Just do it. On your turn, but it's Amer's turn right now, so.
Yeah.
What you doing, Aimer?
Like, what are we doing here, guys?
We're gonna get out of here, yeah.
Stand next to me. We're getting out of here.
Yep.
I'm actually right behind you. You can't even see me. I'm so good at what I do.
Okay. After Aimer, we go to Sweet Earth Rose.
Rose is. Well. She will pull out the other drift globe, and turn that one on.
Okay. That one
Just
turns
to make
on. More of
just to make
them
sure-
run away.
Yeah, make sure none of them stay nearby.
Would you guys like to take opportunity attacks on any of them? Nope.
No.
Okay. So, District Day.
Tessitanidaeus, and this is going to be harsh. He calls out as his Coatl buddy darts to his head, resumes its natural form, and just dashes. Just zips into the sky 90 feet.
Okay. Cool.
And then, sorry, Montalban, but word of recall for the party.
All right. Where are we going? Where's your sanctuary set to?
It'll have to be set to the kind of ruined temple of Anwa.
All right. We're going to the ruined temple of Anwa.
Echo is an unwilling creature.
Echo's an unwilling creature?
No way.
All right.
You're gonna die if you stay here, Echo.
It's okay.
Echo would not
you don't
die
get-
if he stayed here. However, he doesn't want to go to the Temple of Anwa. He's just going to go sleep somewhere else. He figures I'll meet you guys for breakfast at our second visit to the Walmart.
All right.
Well, how are people going to get back without teleport? We're going to walk?
All right. So,
You guys can't get here by yourself.
and because
Well,
you're an
walk.
unwilling person, poof. Everybody except for Echo Rex. Echo Rex stays there. All right.
If one of them counterspells you, you're gonna die. Because they do have PC levels, just
They
letting you
can't
know.
counterspell me. Good grief, Rose. How long have you been
I'm just
traveling with me?
saying, be careful, dude. Like these things are
How
dangerous.
long have you been
He's-
traveling with me?
Echo Rex is
I've
gone,
created a
man.
god with my bare hands, and you think these things are going to kill me? Please, go to sleep.
Dude, these things are dangerous. I'm just be careful because they do have PC levels.
All right. So I'm going to ask for Echo Rex's stealth check.
Oh.
Where's Echo Rose?
I don't know. He was standing right next to me.
Echo Rex, you're currently affected by, not afflicted, but affected by greater invisibility, correct?
Yes.
All right. As you're
And
the
it looks
only...
like I go before you do, right?
You do. So, I'm going to go ahead and put the observer over there for now. So, Echo, the rest of the party disappears. You are left with a Coatl up in the sky and a little bat who goes...
Oh, he's rescuing Snake Plissken. I know that's not his name, but I'm gonna call him Snake Plissken from now on. 'Cause
Yeah.
you should give him an eye patch just to make him cooler.
Oh,
but
that's right. The bat's left behind, isn't it?
Yep. What do you want to do, Echo?
That's what Echo's doing. It's not an act of immense hubris. He's just trying to save Montalban.
Yeah. So I'll subtly cast teleportation. We'll go to the endless pinnacle, and just be Montalban and I. I
Okay.
don't think I can teleport the Coatl.
Nope, the Coatl went 90 feet too high. All right. So you go there, and we will take the observer there as well, just to show off the endless pinnacle. Awesome. So you guys have escaped Sinluma at midnight. You guys arrive in these respective locations at midnight as we split the party by thousands of miles. What would you guys like to do?
Tessitanidaeus looks around for his fellow cleric and is a bit worried. So does anyone have sending magic, something to communicate over long distance?
No, the people who have the 2 sending stones I have are, well, that's not Echo. I have
Yeah,
these.
I
I
think
have these.
Echo's got one of the sending stones. Let me look.
Well, the 2 that I have were to other people in other parties. So.
Oh,
Yeah, one's into Mr. Gemflower, and I believe the other Tay has the other one. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I should actually put that on the notes so I don't forget. Yeah, the Fey Watch
yeah, I
have
think
that
the one
one.
I have is the one that
Yeah, ignore that. Click the wrong pot.
CC had.
Echo Rex, you've been granted inspiration from the Twitch chat because they believe that you're going to need it.
Thank you. I have inspiration.
Would you like to hand yours to someone else so you can gain this one?
Yeah, there's somebody in the party that doesn't have it.
All right. Well, we know for a fact that Ricard does not have it at the moment. So we'll give it to Ricard,
Yeah.
and you'll gain the one from Melina Four Dragon.
That's a good call.
Thank you.
Echo's going to go take a bath in the pool in the Endless Pinnacle.
Okay. Echo, you're comfortable.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I guess get in his pajamas and go to his room.
Awesome. So, I'm going to rejoin the rest of the people as Echo's safe, but no one knows it.
Monty would join him in the bath.
Monty would join him in the bath. Did you teleport the bat with you, Echo?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
He came with me.
So-
He would have stayed Metzacoatl, but he
Yeah.
was too far away too, so
So-
that's too bad.
Go, you will hear.
Yeah, I know. It'll be all right. We'll see him tomorrow.
That's the face of 2/3 of the coinage for Karth right now. Just relaxing in a hot tub.
Yep, just Montalban's gonna sit there just on the edge, just me. Meanwhile, somewhere else at the Temple of Anwa. What's up, guys? You're missing Montalban, the Coatl, and Echo Rex.
Where's Echo?
Something prohibited him from traveling with me. He might still be back there. And I don't know if I have any magics that could get us there.
Well,
Yeah, that's not the best idea either.
yeah, we can't exactly go back for him, but I mean, he's well, I'm gonna be blunt. He's been our taxi service for the last several months, so he can get himself out. I have no idea why he didn't come with us. I don't know how magic works.
Yeah, what would prevent something from going with us in that whatever you did spell thing?
Well,
Um,
go ahead.
Something like a dimensional anchor, but I don't think we got hit with anything like that in the short time we were there.
Do people have to want to go?
Well, yes, they can't teleport you against your will. Did he want to stay there? I thought we made it very clear we're leaving.
He did argue that we should fight our way out, but I don't.
Yeah.
I think if we all left, I don't think he's arrogant enough to think he can fight that whole village by himself.
I mean, he thought he was going to turn into a giant dragon god at some point.
I thought we were heading back to the Endless Pinnacle. I didn't realize it would take us here.
Yeah,
A card
unfortunately, that magic's only teleports me to a place revered by dedicated to my deity.
I have a feeling he's still there. He wanted to stay and fight earlier. He's a capable individual, and
Oh,
like you said, he's been
sanctuary. Okay.
yeah, he's been a taxi too. He can get out if he needs to.
Well, because I have magics I can prepare to specifically fight against shadows, I just needed to know we were going to Sin Luma at midnight.
Well, to be fair, we didn't know what time it was, because time doesn't.
Hindsight.
Yeah, well, time doesn't exist in the palace. Admittedly, that was a little hasty on Echo's part. Oh well.
It's not that different from when you had said that, oh, we're heading to the Plaza of the Gods, and just kind of neglected the part about, the whole trap and undead filled dungeon that was between us and them. I thought it was down the frickin' street.
I mean, the
Well,
magic
it's
should have made
similar,
it down the frickin' street, but
To be fair with the plaza, we had cleared it out the last time we were there. It's not our fault. More undead populated it.
I mean,
So-
technically there was sanctuary in Sin Luma. It's just, again, we transported to a place
Well,
where
I
we
don't think we could fight our way out of the town. Yeah, she looks at the claw marks that things hit her with. Yeah, it's like it's the. I'm sorry. What were the blood mosquitoes called again?
Sturgis?
Sturges.
Sturges. Yeah, it's like the Sturge situation again, all over again. Except these things are even more dangerous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have faith in Echo. He might be in his magnificent mansion or something. Who knows?
No, he's not because I have the magnificent mansion.
No, you don't.
The shadow does.
At that, Brennan kind of shrugs his shoulders.
No, I'm sure he's fine. But no, I have no way of contacting him other than a paper bird he gave me.
Now, here's the question: can we get back there, or is this going to be a manual process to travel?
I mean, if I remember correctly, this temple is like in southwestern Shu. Or where is this temple?
Shimihama?
Is it in Shimihama? I forget where this
I think
temple
it was
is.
nearby Shimihama.
No, this one is not.
Where is it? I forget.
This one is the one that is in Escaniska.
Oh. I have no idea about this place other than the last time we were here. Like, oh, by the way, has the temple been fixed up a little bit? Because I know Test 2 Dinade was here.
Yeah, and he's still here.
Well, no, because we've cast Simulacrum since then, so that Test 2 melted at some point. But,
You're right. So he was able to do about a week's worth of effort here.
I think that sounds about right. And
Yeah.
Are there other clerics here?
No.
Oh.
He wasn't able to recruit enough. Like, lasting for a week, like, come on. He's not exactly going to educate a whole bunch of clerics in a week. Like, I have a lot of faith in Tester Dinade or Pseudo Dinade, but recruiting clerics and then keeping them around after just 7 days, that's a big ask.
I was hoping maybe he found the ones that had left and brought them back, but it's fine.
No, he got
All
put
right,
in charge of fixing up the temple and then bringing back the flock, but...
Okay, then, well...
Yeah.
Okay,
And-
this
and
is a
one,
G-
one
oh, sorry.
person with just a week of home renovations is not accomplishing as much as you'd like.
No,
Well,
tell me
yeah,
about it.
especially when it's this big-ass stone temple. Yeah, like, putting up some drywall is one thing. Moving giant stone blocks is another.
Actually,
Oh,
takes
but
less
this-
time than you think, but yeah.
Yeah, this is the GM Eric question.
Sure.
Are there time zones in Toivoa?
There are, but we're glossing over that.
You know, I guess we could tell it was near midnight by looking at where the moon was.
Right.
Hell yeah, I guess we just wait 8 hours.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rose will
I
just lie down
All right.
and just kick it back and wait. Because at this point, I guess we just have to wait for Echo to come pick us up. Because otherwise, it's going to be a several month-long journey back to Reston.
Well, I mean, in one day, if I'm willing to use most of my powerful magics, I can, while I don't have access to teleportation, I do have access to plane shift. And so I can get us close enough for cleric work, so to speak.
All right. So, you guys want to sit down and take a long rest, or what do you guys want to do?
I'm not really interested in the city here, and there's no one in the temple, so yeah, I guess we might as well just rest.
Okay.
Anyone will rest outside the temple.
All right. Cool. You guys can get the benefits of a long rest as dawn breaks. Nothing
Do-
messes with you except for a very annoying series of gnats. Just a whole cloud of them will come by and buzz in your ears.
Does my hit point maximum go back to its normal state?
I need to double check that. One moment. Yes, it does go away.
Okay, just checking.
Yep, the reduction lasts until the target finishes a long rest.
Yay!
Meanwhile, Tessidinity's swapping his spells around things like, Holy Aura, Dawn, Sunburst, Sunbeam.
Oh well, I mean, keep in mind our goal is now that they're mostly harmless in the daylight. They hide in the buildings, and if everything goes to plan, we should avoid the town because we're going to go actually to the outskirts of town. There's a log cabin to the east, where the old man we have to convince is.
might not hurt to have a few.
Yeah, fair enough. It doesn't hurt. Uh,
I can always bring out a maximum level spirit guardians and ash them as they approach.
yeah, during the day it's fine. It's during the night when things get scary.
Yeah, and we're not quite sure we want to harm these things anyway. We're not really positive what the end goal is going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
But when
But for
when the sun comes up, Echo's going to get some breakfast, some egg and ham.
Sure.
We're going to eat, get a little bit of coffee.
There's an entire
And then,
roast pig waiting for you.
Where did that come from? There's no one
Oh.
up there.
Nahaliel's there.
Yep.
Nahaliel would provide for Echo Rex. Absolutely.
And then, after he's had his second cup of coffee and read the paper, I think he's going to take out the Eye of
Read the
Kaiser.
paper. Just a second. Before we go to the Icon, what's the name of this paper? I want to know the title of this paper.
Savoya Times, you know that.
Yeah.
The Toivon Times? Okay. Understood. Cool.
And he'll take out the Eye of Kydra, and then he's going to spy on Prince Denide.
Okay. So,
And I'm going to take a potion of advantage first.
sure.
If you go brain dead, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind.
This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I know. That is the risk. You know, I had to take a feat just so I could make this roll. I couldn't even make the roll until I took the feat.
I see a double digit.
Ooh, okay,
Okay.
that's fine.
Cool.
And
I
then I'm
was
gonna
actually
kill him.
legitimately holding my breath there because you failed before.
All
And
right.
then Echo is going to
So you're
grab
doing
some-
just a sec. I have to go ahead and jump through the hoops here. All right. So okay. So do you have anything that belongs to Tester Din today?
no. But when you are looking at
Right. You count
what's
it.
the wording? It counts as
Right.
a familiar place.
Yep. There's one small problem though. He gets a saving throw on this one.
Well, are you scrying Tessudinide or
Yep.
the temple?
I don't think there's a saving throw
Untested.
against the Eye of Kydron. The Eye of Kydron's like automatic success, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does it
There's
say?
no saving throw.
Oh, there's not
Yeah.
getting the benefit of a saving throw against this activation. You're correct.
Yeah, that's why it's so powerful.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, cool. So, you scry on Tester Dinade. What is Tester Dinade doing at this exact moment?
He is sitting in one of the rooms reserved for a cleric in the High Temple, sitting on a bed. He is trying to do card tricks with his hands. However, with claws, he is doing less shuffling and more a game of 52 pickup over and over.
Understood. This explains why he's so bad at cards. All right.
Echo's going to
He
grab.
has his vices. It's just he has his vices in moderation, unlike the rest of the party who are, God, what was the word? Oh yeah, sluts.
All right.
What?
Echo's
Not
gonna grab a,
sluts, but
uh,
other things. Go ahead.
Oh, Aimer's definitely a slut.
We know Aimer is, yes.
Armful
That's
of-
all.
armful of biscuits. An armful of biscuits and some bread and pastries maybe, and then he's
Entire
going to
rope of
teleport.
sausages around your neck.
Yeah, he's going to grab food and bring it back for the group. He's going
Okay.
to teleport to Nestor Dinade. So in a flash of fire, and he will appear.
He appears like the feast god, Vulpus Dignus, appearing before you.
So Tessudinide was mid shuffle. As a result, Echo pops in and is immediately showered in cards.
Good morning. Did you guys sleep okay?
Tessudinide takes a deep breath, opens his mouth as if to speak, just gives a slow nod, stands up and exits the room, takes a deep breath, taps his throat for thaumaturgy and says, "Where'd that go?" And goes,
You gotta get your voice thing ready. Yeah.
Tested it.
Fuck it. Ah, he is.
I love. Let's let that be in character, please, because that'd be awesome.
Tested today. Cars for the party. Echo is back.
Using that high wisdom to act like, oh yeah, I totally meant to do that.
Yeah, Rose
And
just
he'll come
gets
in
up.
and bring food for the
Yeah.
rest of the party.
Rose just gets up and stretches.
Yeah,
All right.
days.
Are you ready to
We
go
were worried
convince him?
about you.
Nothing to worry about.
I was mildly.
I just wanted to sleep in a feather bed instead of on an iron bench, a stone bench is all. Killed hundreds of those things, by the way. I don't know what y'all are worried about.
No, you didn't.
Roll your deception check, Echo.
I'm almost certain he's gonna
Yeah,
fail.
I'm all-
Oh, I know. I know, but we got to jump through the hoop of this. Okay, please
that
roll
doesn't
an
even-
insight check. Of a,
my passive insight is 22.
yes, but passive means that you got a 10 automatically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. You can't fail regardless because you got a 12. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. You
Oh,
like
Ricard,
the
Montalban's
Sesame Street
here.
aliens. Yep.
Oh.
Did you
Oh,
bring
this was
Montalban with you, or did you leave him
I
in
did.
this?
No, I brought him.
Okay,
I
you brought
brought
him?
with me. Yeah. He was kind of freaked out last night when you guys left him.
Montalban flies over to Ricard.
I thought you wanted to go on your own adventures sometimes. I just thought that was an opportunity for you. Like, you get to sleep in a feather bed with Uncle Echo. Okay?
Oh man.
So Monspawn would have gave Echo the help action to try to deceive.
Of course,
It was
absolutely.
a 15 to beat.
Okay, doesn't matter.
All right. So, as much as the joviality is something to enjoy, as are the sausages. Thank you, Echo. I
Echo, you
believe
did get
we
a
do
long
ha-
rest before the teleport. Just sets up.
Yeah. I believe we do have a rather grisly task ahead of us, convincing Summoner to do the honorable thing. I'm saying to avoid any any problems with streaming certain words on Twitch.
Well, you know,
Uh,
it's interesting though because what does I mean? Ultimately, he's my father. I kind of feel like this is something I should lead, but
Mhm.
I mean, you know, there's a few different ways we can go about it. There's there's one way in which we just offer him something that will kill him, and that's the first question. I mean, do we have something like a poison that we could give him if he wants to do it himself?
we could. I mean, we're in a town. We're in a city. We can probably just buy some.
Yeah, because regardless of what he's done, he should have that dignity at least if that's how he wants to go. And of course, if he argues, if he fights or anything, I'll kill him. He's my father. But lastly, and I don't know if this would be worthwhile, but we might as well talk about it and be prepared. There's also an option in which he says he wants to help. I don't know what that would mean or if we would want that, but it's something that he could propose, and I don't want us to be caught off guard. What's the group think about that?
Well, I mean, Sumner. His issue was, I mean, he's less a force of nature like Zoran, and more of just a honestly very pitiful human who made some very stupid mistakes. If he actually is honest about wanting to make up for it and help, then I don't have any problem with that at all. I mean, though we have to keep in mind, like, if he just because he volunteers to help, it doesn't mean he's gonna die.
Right.
So it would be an
Yeah.
opportunity for him to try to put some black ink in his book of karma.
Just gonna
Brennan, you
throw
know,
that spell in my prepared list.
What's that go?
That makes sense.
Yeah, he's, that basically when he destroyed the village or the town, I mean, basically he sentenced, hundreds of people or thousands maybe even to death or, to become these scourges, which is, a death of itself anyway. I mean, he really needs to answer for that. If he does it willingly, that's great. But in order to return the village or give it any chance of surviving or becoming normal again, he's going to have to be eliminated.
Well,
Whether
yeah,
it's
Oh yeah,
by you or
no,
him
there's
or somebody else. Yeah.
no
Yeah.
question about that.
that's what
it's
everyone
more,
told us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more about he's old and he's weak and he's all the things that we can criticize him for, but he is a person. He has a brain. He could put us in a situation that we're just not prepared for. If we don't want, if he does say, "This is my wrongdoing, and I'd like to end my life doing something with valor for the family name," or something along those lines, we don't have to allow him to do that. But it's just something that he might say, and we could be
Right.
caught off guard.
Well,
And he's
guys
gonna
wanna go?
die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Rose will just be well. If you want to do the merciful poison thing, just give me an hour, and because if I remember correctly, we're in a town, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry about that.
She will actually head into town real fast,
Okay.
and see if she can find any. Oh, that's right. There is no House of Flowers here. That rude lady told me there was like an expedition, and they were just like setting up. Shit, that's right. Never mind. Never mind.
You turn back around?
Yeah, I turned back around. There is no House of Flowers outpost here, so she would not be able to just buy some poison.
Meanwhile, because she knows that there's no House of Flowers here, the camera pans into town where an entire flower stand has been set up for about a week.
That was fast.
She doesn't know that. Oh, yeah, it was. And that's the Awesome Blossoms campaign. They've been sending people down here to do that. So
Yeah. No, she doesn't. She's not.
she
aware.
doesn't know that. But the camera
You know
does. Camera pans over. It's like, doo-doo-doo. Yeah. Montalban
All right.
provides music. Sorry.
Thank you, Montalban. I mean,
You
Brendan.
have,
Brendan
you have
is
like the equivalent of like a Jaren root or something.
Brendan is a ranger. He can. I don't know. He can find some hemlock or something, right?
I could try.
Where do you even find hemlock?
Aristotle was able to do it, so
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could roll a nature check to see if there's any
Sure.
things that I know are
Let's,
poisonous,
let's roll a nature check.
and I have inspiration if needed.
Sure. With a 19, you're able to find some fairly toxic substances in the area. Most of them
Alrighty,
consist of brown recluse spiders.
That's not a fast death.
Yeah.
Depends on how many get you and where.
I mean, if we're just looking for a toxic substance, can we just like squeeze the aimer of it?
That's pretty funny. It's like Sumner, we want to give you a nice, peaceful death.
Yeah.
Snap your
yeah.
fingers, cover him in brown recluses.
I was thinking more, some berries or something. Hold on.
Aver's not even there, so
Right.
Hold on. Let's try again.
Where is Aimer, by the way?
Because I have inspiration.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, I got 24.
Yeah, with the
He's still
24,
outside
you're
the
able to
temple.
find. Yeah, you're
Okay.
staying outside the temple, right?
Yep.
All right. So
Okay,
you
so-
are able to find some highly toxic substances.
Yeah, so Brendan's going to go out on a little hunt just on the outskirts, nothing crazy. And he'll come back with some berries and things that are edible. Maybe you can mash it up or,
Sure.
Yeah,
I'm not the assassin, but we have some assassins. Maybe they could help with that.
I'll need a medicine check from someone to make a very potent toxin that will kill Sumner.
if he chooses to drink it.
Well, Tessitinidae will offer to make the poison.
Ooh, is Tessitinidae going to violate the Hippocratic Oath? Or did he not take it?
I mean, I mean, he's an Onwa cleric, you know, like heal or harm as depending on mood.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll go from being the human doctor to the horse doctor, which is, oh, leg broke, don't worry, let me get my shotgun.
All right. So please medicine check using materials provided to you by Brennan. All right. With the 26, you guys produce a toxin that requires a DC 26 for him to survive. This will be a
Okay.
Constitution
So we have-
saving throw.
We have poison we can give him
Jesus.
if he's
A 20.
trouble. Yeah, I can kill him.
Rose would have a hard time passing that save. Shit, Sison might fail that saving throw.
Yeah, that might be. You don't want me to go get some more of this?
No,
No.
it's a story item. I think.
Yes. This is a very particular set of concoctions that GM Eric is allowing as a one-off.
Yeah.
Nice try,
okay.
though. I appreciate the
I-
attempt.
Having some ingested poisons works really well to prevent the swallow whole attack.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So he can kill himself. I'll kill him. What about the third option where he decides to like sacrifice himself somehow?
I mean, if that's what he wants to do, then we should let him do it. I mean, I have no problem. I mean, is there a particular
What do you
time
mean?
crunch to? I mean,
I
'cause
don't think so.
he seemed pretty bitter and stubborn when we met him. But I mean, if he were to say like, "Oh, let me try to do some good before," would you begrudge him that? I mean, he doesn't have much time left, anyways.
No, I wouldn't. But I don't know about how
do
the
it.
group. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, put it this way.
He'd have
If-
to convince us. I
if-
mean, oh god, sorry.
Yeah. No, that's okay. If he says that's what he wants to do, I mean, again, we don't have to say that we agree to that. And if we do, I think we should probably use that with purpose. If we have an idea or something where we need someone to be expendable or sacrifice. I don't know what that might be, but that could be valuable.
Well, let's go see him.
Well, I mean, if he is truly volunteers that idea, I'm sure he'll have ideas in order to actually follow through. Well, if he suggests it, he suggests it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Are you ready to talk to him, Brendan? Like,
Yeah.
all right. It should be
Getting tickled with
sunrise,
Emma.
and it should be sunrise in San Luma. Oh yeah, when we need to go. I'll go get Amer. Amer, we're getting ready to go.
Amer's
Split
like
the group
way out to the temple. He's like up in a tree.
Amer, she just looks up. We're getting ready to go. Echo came back.
Okay.
Are you feeling okay?
I'm all right.
She just looks at him. You know, I don't need to have unlimited perception to see that. I don't think that that's completely true.
Yeah, I'm as good as I can be. We'll put it in that perspective.
Is this
No.
about the whole dream idea?
Well, I had some thoughts about it, and I don't really like where my conclusion's going.
Well, I can understand how that revelation, if it is true, which we don't know, that revelation may come as a shock. But ultimately, Amer, even if it is true, what does it change?
It changes everything going forward.
I mean, to me, you're still the same person you've always been.
I meant more of like where exactly do I go from here, per se? What if I'm a dream? When am I going to be reabsorbed? Is this a matter of time? Am I better off just rushing to my death to enjoy it before it lasts, or while it lasts?
Well,
And
everyone
here's the question: if your dream manifested, who were your family?
Are you?
Sorry?
Well, are you outside with us, Testu, or are you?
Oh
with-
yeah, he walked out to yell at everyone. Hey,
Oh.
hey, Echo's here.
Well,
After that-
well,
after that
everyone
long
was
door.
inside the temple
Yeah.
with Echo, and Aimer was outside on
Yeah.
a tree because he didn't come
Oh, okay,
come into
never
the
mind.
temple,
Yeah.
and Rose went out to go get him. Well, she looks at Aimer and just says, "Well, I mean, I don't know how manifested dreams work, but everybody dies, Aimer. Whether it's
Oh.
dying or I don't know, undreaming."
Yeah, I mean, you see, well, everyone dies, and I would know that firsthand, which is still really weird. How does a dream come back to life? Will that always work?
I mean, I think some metaphorical or even poetic people would say dreams never die.
I mean, perhaps that's why I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I
But
can
am I actually my own existence?
I think that is a good question, and I would believe the answer is yes. Because I mean, I'm going to be completely blunt here, Aimer. I've never met anyone who is his own existence more than you.
I'm gonna have to think on this one. It's giving me more thoughts than I wish I had.
Introspection is always a good thing. If you ever want to talk about it, I'm here. If you ever need an ear to vent to.
Well, once I figure it out, we'll talk. Until then, I still need to figure it out.
All right. Well, will convincing an old asshole to kill himself make you feel better?
No. But if he doesn't kill himself, I'm gonna kill him anyway. So, that might make me feel a little better. To be fair, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. She gestures for him to hop out of the tree.
Yeah, he's like 20 feet up, so he just kind of scurries down.
All right. Well, I am curious to see how this goes.
Oh, it's gonna end in death. We both
Well-
know that.
Well, Brennan thinks it's either going to be he's going to, fight, in which case we kill him, or he does it himself. Or Brennan seems to think he might try to volunteer himself to do a good service and die in the attempt. As a heroic noble sacrifice kind of thing.
Doesn't seem the type to me.
Yeah. What's your money on?
My money is on him taking too long to decide and me cutting him in half.
Okay. I'll bet you 10 gold. He drinks the poison we made.
Ooh, 10 gold? Okay, 10 gold.
Yeah. She shakes on it.
Yeah, let me shake. 10 gold.
I'm gonna write that down.
Such dark side thing going on right now.
They're two assassins. I mean,
I know that's valid, but it doesn't change the fact.
this is how assassins do their side hustles.
Right.
Deadpool's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, but yeah, I guess we'll just walk back to the temple real fast.
Okay. Cool. You guys walk into the temple and find the rest of the party waiting.
Found him. He was in a tree.
Magically happy being in this temple.
Okay,
There's
so
a
before
wine
we go,
Oh, go ahead.
let me just toss some magics on everyone. I'm throwing a level 7 aid on Testidinide, Ricard, and Aimer, so that's 30 maximum hit points. I'm tossing a level 5 aid on Brennan, Rose, and Echo, so that's 20 maximum hit points.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
tossing
you.
a freedom of movement on Ricard, and a death ward on Rose.
Yeah, that is always handy to have. I don't have a token, so
Yeah, thankfully during the day it's fairly
Safe.
fairly quiet.
well, if Sumner decides not to go quietly, we'll be thankful we have these buffs on us.
I might need it in case I piss off Ardbeg. So the shades do come out during the daytime. They're just not as
Wrong.
hostile.
Yeah.
And they actually will communicate a little bit.
Well, when we get to the place we're going, let's give me 10 minutes outside, and I'll establish a preliminary ward.
It's like a log cabin. It's pretty hard to miss. You'll see it when we get there.
Right, but before we go in, let me cast my ward just in case.
We have a wine bottle from the winery in Sinluma,
You do.
and so that's what Echo's going to use to cast teleport.
Very well. Cool. You have an associated object. So, you guys... Is anyone not willing to go?
Well, before we teleport, Ricard's gonna kind of lean over and quietly say to Amer, "You know, a pretty young elf came by looking for you earlier.
Here?
Yeah, she said she was looking for a real dreamy-looking fella." And he kind of grins and elbows him.
Amer gives you the flattest face you've ever seen. Like
Tester
zero
Uniday's rubbing
expression.
off on Ricard. Oh no.
He's like, tell me that joke again in like a week. And then he wanders off a little bit.
That elf girl's dead. Just saying.
Yeah, Monty's gonna frown at Ricard for that one. He's gonna be like, "What? I thought I." Oh, okay.
Hey, maybe freedom of movement loosened his tongue.
Thought it was good. I'm sorry.
The thing is, I know what's going on in Montemont's head, and it's so funny. I'm sorry. All right, ready to go? Is anyone
We're
resisting? We're gone. Okay. Blam. You guys arrive in Sinluma. You
Now,
are
we
just
know where the
outside the
cabin is,
winery.
Yeah, we know where the cabin is, but
Yep,
I think it's a walk, isn't it?
it is a walk.
We have to walk about a couple miles.
It's 4 miles.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
I remember we were in this basement last time. Yep.
Yep. You guys
Let's
quickly exit before anything happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's shadows in there.
Yep.
All right. As you guys come out, I need stealth checks, please, because while they're less active and less aggressive, they are here.
Yeah. Rose will use Pass Without a Trace for the party. So everyone gets a +10. That's 2
Awesome.
key. Let me mark that off.
How am I ever gonna make the stealth check?
I don't know.
Oh. I rolled a 1. I still got 16.
Well, no, you rolled a 26 with a 1.
Yeah, 26. Yeah.
Tessu,
I got a 47.
awesome. So Echo Rex has a 17. Will Echo Rex be detected?
I rolled a 41. Ooh, I got close to Amer numbers on that one.
Okay. Awesome. So my perception check as you guys are walking through town. I might be able to get there during the day.
No.
No, I did not. All right. You guys are able to pass through Sinluma without problem. It does take you the better part of an hour to get out, but you find your way into the woods in the direction of the log cabin. You know where it is. And as you approach, there's something weird here. It's like your senses are being warped. I need wisdom saving throws from all 6 of you.
Is this a magical effect? Here?
It is a magical effect. Yes, sir.
Is it a charm effect?
It is not a charm effect.
Just checking. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Turn to that.
21 from Amer.
Cool. 21 from Amer, 21 from Tester Day.
And I figure the Quaddle is probably just heading back to the Endless Pinnacle because that's the rally point.
Exactly. All right. So the rest of you are able to walk through this no problem. However, Ricard, what you see is you see your friends walk forward and melt. They flow across the ground, their bones exposed, their blood spilling out everywhere, their flesh ruptures They scream in agony and pain. You are frightened of the situation, sir.
Okay, so I guess he what?
Everyone just died. We have to roll new characters.
Ah, same as on Sunday, huh?
Different than Sunday.
I guess he would just kind of like draw his sword and then like be very cautious and fearful and walking around.
Okay, are you going to go in the direction that they went in and died?
Yes.
Okay.
He does have a negative wisdom save.
God. All right, sir. I need you to go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Throw a bagel at it.
So yeah, he just watched us all go, Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
Face melting. Yeah.
Okay, Ricard, you do not detect the effect that's going on. So as you move forward, you begin feeling your skin peeling off of your face. Do you want to continue?
What? What is everybody else seeing while this is happening?
They see Ricard slowly draw his sword and fearfully move forward towards them.
Ricard, are you okay?
He can't hear you.
Ricard's just gonna say, Montalban, are you seeing this? What is happening?
Montalban is quivering inside your armor.
Yeah, Rose will.
He's just gonna like call out like, Rose? Aimer?
Rose is dead. You can see her bones, her equipment, everything laying there on the ground. Aimer is dead. His sword lays there.
Testadeni's been skeletonized like a bone Koopa Troopa.
Indeed.
I mean, that's pretty awesome. That means you're like almost unkillable. Yeah, Rose will just be like, Rickard, are you fine? Would we even know, like, the ones who passed, like, that we passed a save? Like, or
Nope.
do you just feel like walking forward?
Just walking forward.
Ricard's just gonna yell out, show yourself!
He shouts at you guys.
Did he lose it again? Is this karmic retribution for his bad joke?
I have no idea. Normally, I would try to grab the sword from him, but he's dangerous, so I'm not going to do that. Rickard! She claps a couple times really loudly.
There's no sound.
Oh,
Like,
look.
I don't hear
guys.
a clap. I
Oh,
don't hear
you
a clap
hear it.
myself.
You hear
Oh, but
it.
he did-
The rest
yeah,
of the
Rickard.
party hears it. The only person who doesn't is Ricard and Montalban.
Are
We
we
know that my father's an illusionist, right? Maybe he's got something set up that only applies to vampires or some crazy thing. We could just ask him.
Here we
Oh.
to do his haversack and pulls out a bag of ball bearings,
Is it an ensorcelment?
and then one by one is throwing them at Ricard's head, trying to get his attention.
Echo's gonna
Finally.
cast Dispel Magic.
Aw.
Okay, before Echo does the spell magic,
Yeah.
Aimer, I just need an attack roll. I don't need the damage. I just need the attack roll, please.
Okay, so my proficiency. So this is a. We'll just do. it
You're
based
not
on-
proficient in ball bearings, sir.
I'm proficient in all weapons.
You have Tavern Brawler?
Oh, I mean, I have all simple and martial weapons.
These are not simple weapons. These are improvised weapons.
Okay, well, let's do a
Yeah, nice try, though.
1d20 plus 5.
Okay. Ricard, does a 22 hit you?
It
No.
wouldn't pierce his armor, but it might hit him. I wasn't going to
Okay,
damage him.
sure.
I'm going to blink off his armor. You know
All
what I
right.
mean? Like,
Hey, you hear a plink off your armor, Ricard. You look down, there's a ball bearing.
Burning embers, looks like.
Sure, I like that. It looks like you've been attacked by a small burning ember. There's a burning coal at your feet.
Or like as Aimer's body was melting away, it bloated up with gases, and as it burst, it betrayed some of his belongings towards it.
Yeah, and we
Towards
didn't tell
Ricard.
Rickard that Sumner was an illusionist.
No, you
He
didn't.
wouldn't know. No.
Man. What do you want to do, Ricard?
He's going to try to draw a breadstick and throw it in the direction that Something hit him from.
The breadstick lands right in the mess that once was Aimer.
Oh, that's a waste of a perfectly good breadstick.
It smears
you just
across and is now filthy.
Why do you throw it on the
Is
ground?
anyone gonna pick it up and eat it? Or?
You know, I actually haven't had breakfast yet, so Amer does pick it up and start snacking on it.
Yeah, I mean,
Ricard,
Echo
you do
brought
not
all
see it move.
I think he's under some sort of ensorcelment.
Yeah. So Echo will cast Dispel Magic
Okay.
from the scroll.
All right. So you're casting Dispel Magic from the scroll. What levels was the Dispel Magic cast at? Just straight the base level,
scroll,
correct?
Yeah.
Rolls
Yeah,
going to
base
base
level.
level.
Correct.
All right. So need you to go ahead and roll your charisma check. You're shooting for a 19.
Oh, that's a
Ooh, that's
That's
a
a-
spell.
powerful illusion. Yeah. Oh no.
Ooh.
The spell is not
I'll
dispelled.
I'll use sorcery point to cast.
You use sorcery
to
point?
roll it
Okay.
in.
Sure.
I mean, he's safe out there. He can just wave his thing around.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if he's under some sort of illusion, he could be convinced to attack us, convinced to attack Arvik. It could just end badly.
Looks like he's convinced
Let me
for a
try
breadstick.
something. Yeah, Testadae reaches down and unleashes a time-tested adventurer technique.
You threw a rock.
I don't even think that hits him.
It does not.
Yeah, like that's below his 10
Ricard,
AC.
you're
Yeah, he
in your
dodges that.
frightened condition, you hear a noise behind you.
I throw a breadstick in that direction.
I mean, those
A
are lethal
breadstick hits a
weapons.
rock.
Yeah, those are lethal weapons when he does it.
Right.
Yeah.
Guy, I'm telling you, it's look at Sumner's an illusionist. He's got something up. Maybe
Well,
it's to keep the shadows out. Rickard's a weird dream vampire thing. Maybe it applies to him. You could ask him to take it down.
I think it's. Oh,
This is way too. If Echo couldn't dispel it, that's way too high, way too strong a magic for
for you. Yeah.
for Sumner. I would guess maybe this is something maybe Ardveg cast to keep Sumner out.
No, I don't think so. I think it's
At a higher level,
it's
it's
probably
just-
Sumner. I think Echo
Yeah.
dispels. Well, I think I don't think Echo tried.
You think someone has access to level 9 magic at his age?
He made Arvik. So
yeah.
He said he was nearly powerless though. So if he has access to this, he was lying out his teeth.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Ricard is just going to drop to his knees and start crying.
Okay.
Oh,
Warning his friends.
Yeah. Okay. Good grief.
this is getting really
Can I throw a
sad.
rock with advantage?
Got the rocket.
That disadvantage is prone.
He's prone. Yeah.
Okay, I throw a rock at disadvantage.
Oh, that hits his armor. Yeah.
Think off the side. Ricard, things are throwing things at you from the darkness around you.
I'm gonna try to touch. You know what?
Another
Maybe
flaming
it's a
ember.
perimeter thing. Hold on. Let me see if I can move him outside of where we just walked by. Rose will walk up to Rickard, and she's just okay.
You
He's
know,
probably
I
gonna
was-
lash out at me when I do this, but I'm
Right.
going to try to
Oh,
grab him and shove him past
Okay, Ricard,
the barrier we just watched.
you feel a hand grab a hold of you.
As Rose is manhandling him, Testadae decides, he's had enough fun throwing rocks at Ricard. He is going to invoke his Twilight Sanctuary.
Okay. That only lasts a minute though, right?
Only lasts a minute, but you at the end of your turn, you can end the charmed or frightened condition on yourself.
True. Okay. So,
Yeah. Good call.
Ricard, you feel a hand grab a hold of you.
Yeah, he's going to try to stab at whatever is grabbing him.
Thank you.
Eric, thank you.
I'm thanking him for staying in character. The
Oh,
meta,
yeah, no.
after
Yeah.
yesterday and his character committing seppuku at the drop of a hat due to your character, this is turnabout is fair play. Does a 20 strike you?
No, it doesn't. Luckily, but yeah, she is going to try to just drag him
So I
several
do
feet
need
back,
a acrobatics or athletics check, whichever is higher, Ricard.
and we're even on this, so it can go either way.
Never mind, you're not getting a 33. All right. So
Yeah,
you
I could've,
can, but
I just,
You know-
I just
you know
rolled
what?
badly.
You know what? We're doing this for fun. I'm gonna silvery bar with your card.
okay. Ricard, With disadvantage, please reroll. Please reroll. 23. Sweet August Rose grabs you and pulls you through the illusion where you can find your party.
Show yourself, demon!
Well, no, you know what's really a demon? The state you left these breadsticks in. Could you add a little butter or salt next time? You see Emer's munching on it. He's kind of got like, you can tell he's just like putting his hands down from casting a spell while still eating the breadstick.
Ricard, I have a very, very important question. How old are those breadsticks?
At this point, and they've been sharpened into stakes.
So they're dry and hard.
Croutons.
They're like croutons, yeah.
They're the old school hard restaurant breadsticks. Understood.
Yeah, and Emer's
100%.
chomping on it.
Yeah, garlic croutons. Those are delicious.
Garlic
man.
croutons are fine, but the garlic breadsticks that are just burnt?
Yeah,
No.
This isn't fried. This is stale. So there's a difference.
Emer's chomping on it.
All right.
I think
I
you were
need.
under-
In that case, let's go ahead and if Amer's chomping on it, I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Me versus bread.
That's fair.
Yeah, save versus bread here.
Your blade song whispers this concentration check.
Not concentration, just Constitution for the
yeah,
hardness
no,
of your teeth.
It's because I have something
You're
set up
fine.
like that.
You're okay.
Nah.
All right.
I-
We were
No-
going
no
to chip a
path to
tooth on a
destruction.
10 or below. It was going to be fun.
We need to.
Do dreams have teeth, Eric?
Dreams have teeth, lots of them.
I guess some have more than others.
We really need to come up with some sort of defense, or some way to improve your mental defenses, Ricard. And I say this out of utmost respect.
Ricard,
Okay,
before
lead
you,
line.
go ahead.
Lead line helmet.
Before you, there is a small log cabin. It's in very bad disrepair. The door is closed, and there's a small wisp and smell of smoke coming from it.
Man, I'm sorry. Was this all of us or just?
All of you can see the cabin. Yep.
Before we approach, Testadenidae is going to reach into his cloak and pull out that vial of ruby dust, which he's still in debt to Aimer for. And he is going to ritual cast Forbiddance,
Okay.
creating a 200 by 200 foot square basically between the party and the cabin, where if an undead steps foot in it, it's going to get blasted.
Okay.
And he'll point out this boundaries to the party. So, like, if we have to teleport out, be outside that region.
All right. So I need you to choose one or more of the following: Celestials, Elementals, Fey, Fiend, and Undead.
Undead.
Just the undead.
Yeah.
One or more.
Okay.
Oh, one or more?
Yeah, he says one or more.
Well,
you can choose
Aimer's
all
with the
of them.
party, so
What am I though? Fey, fiend, or undead?
you're a nightmare.
Exactly. What am I? Fey, fiend, or undead?
It's an existential question.
I mean,
There
there isn't there a monster called? Nightmares are fiends because they're the horses that are on fire that Rose secretly wants to have one.
I don't think that's
Oh.
Rose, but I think that's just Mike.
I mean, they're cool. Yeah,
They're fucking metal, man. They're so
they
cool.
are. Yeah, since AD&D. Yeah.
Oh, I love those things so much. Literally my favorite
Fiends and
monster.
undead.
Okay. Fey, Fiends, and Undead. is
Not
what-
Fey, just fiends and undead.
Just Fiends and Undead. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. You guys are able to proceed.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Yep.
Brennan, lead the way.
Yeah, so Brendan's going to lead the way, go up to the door, knock on the door.
You knock on the door, and the door will open. Oh, it's you. And
Yeah,
it lets you guys
the
in.
feeling-
Can you get rid of the little Tetsu token right there?
Yes.
So, yeah, thank you.
Breaking the
I don't know.
immersion.
Tessa makes a really
Yeah.
nice decoration.
Yeah.
I can see people walking around with like a little necklace of Testadenidae.
It kind of lightens
Watch the
mood.
FYI channel in Discord.
Did he invite us in?
Yep. Come on in.
Yep.
Yeah. Rose will actually go and sit in the exact same chair she sat in last time.
The one of two. Got it.
Yep.
Yep. It's a bachelor, you know.
Dude, I did this for so many years.
You got beanbag chair and a broken chair.
Amer's just right next to the door, kind of as kind of that thug appearance. You know what I mean, Eric?
Yeah.
Where like the guys come in,
Yeah.
he's just standing next to the door, kind of his arms crossed, like 1 foot against the wall, not saying
pretty-
anything, but standing there.
Yep.
The beautiful scarves on him.
Uh-huh. Anime protagonist. Understood.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, you're back.
Well, you knew that we were going to come back eventually, right?
Yes. But
We
you
learned
brought
some
someone
things.
else this time. Cleric. And a vampire.
Yeah, well, we pick people up along the way, I suppose. It's something of a family. You would know about that. What I was saying before you spoke over me was we've learned some things since the last time that we were here. I'm going to give you the options, but this involves the whole group. So this involves all of us as well as many other people. And Brennan turns around to the group. Sweeagus throws, Echo Rex, everybody. Says, would any of you like to explain why he needs to die? And then I can give him the options about how that's going to happen.
I mean,
So he said that out loud in front of Summer.
Yep.
I mean,
That's dark.
I mean,
It's never
Well,
changed.
if
Yeah.
we're going to say things of such importance, we should say them truthfully. And Tessa Dende is going to cast Zone of Truth.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
That's actually pretty good for the questions to follow up. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, there are items to bypass that, but Amer is gonna go. I mean, like, we're not gonna be saying anything he doesn't already know.
Well, perhaps. What we've learned is that the only way to return Sinluma to the way it was before is for you to die, Sumner.
There's no response. He just looks at you with old, sad, dismal eyes.
So at that, Brennan turns around and he looks at him, looking at him with the sad, pitiful old eyes, and he says, I suspected as much, which is why I came up with some options for you, because at this point, I don't even know if you're capable of making your own decisions or coming up with ideas. So listen,
I don't think he's that feeble.
I stand before you, you're my father. And the weight of our family's disgrace is pressing down upon both of us at this time. You destroyed this village. You destroyed part of me in the process and many people along the way. And I speak honestly with you, so listen, as I'm being kind enough to provide you with these ideas and options. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand the words that are coming out of your mouth.
Good. 1, you've brought us to the brink, and there are 3 ways out. The first is that you take this poison and end the shame for yourself. This will rectify what you've done to the town, and that'll hold up the vial, letting the silence kind of just sit there for a moment while he looks at it.
He looks at it and then back at you.
Second, I can do it for you. I'll bear the weight of your death and the sins that brought us here along with our family. You can simply sit, you can close your eyes, you can walk away in the distance, whatever you want. I can end you with an arrow. And then Brennan's going to pause for a second, as he's been very harsh, and he's going to kind of soften his voice. Or the last option, you could sacrifice yourself, dedicating what remains of your life to restoring your name, our family's honor, make amends, bring some good back. I don't know what that would mean. You would need to convince all of us of that option. It wouldn't be just upon myself. So what say you, old man? Which of these options?
I would like to propose a fourth option.
You can propose it, but we might not accept it. What is it?
That you leave and keep your mother safe. I've done what I've done. She is protected. She is warded. If you slay me, the guards and wards that protect her will be lessened. I cannot live or die knowing that she is unsafe. It would undo all I have done for her. Phelan is everything that I care about. If you kill me, so be it. Her life is on your hands.
Brandon's gonna-
They turns to Ricard and says, "Say, Ricard, would your family estate be able to host a guest indefinitely?"
You
Sure, we
would,
can make room.
you would take your mother to a vampire den? He's getting very obviously disturbed. And like he's about ready, like passive insight, no roll needed. He's about ready to pop off and take you guys on because you've literally threatened to take the love of his life, the person that he did all of this for, and take her to the home of the vampire who he has not even been introduced to.
Brendan's gonna take his hand out and kind of push it towards the ground a few times, signifying,
Right, calm down.
just cool it, calm down. So Brendan's gonna look at him and say,
Oh, I was muted. Whoops.
so none of these options are anything you're going to voluntarily do. Instead, you're proposing that we leave.
Do I have a true choice in this matter?
Yes. The truth thing is up. I can't lie. Yes, you have choices here.
My choices are to die, or fight you and die, or drink poison and die, or die. What
Okay.
choice is that?
Brandon's gonna turn around and kind of motion, like let's go. Let's go. He's not responding. Let's just go. And slowly start walking, but keeping everybody in front of him.
He arches an eyebrow at Brennan, but you know this is his show. She's gonna let him decide what to do. So Rose will stand up and walk out the house.
Okay. Rose steps out. Ricard, are you stepping out?
Yeah.
Okay. Echo?
Yeah, Echo's a little reluctant. He's a little reluctant,
All right.
but he will.
Testudinidae?
Oh, the group's marching on out. He's not going to be stuck in here with the crazy old man with massive powers. He's going to scamper on out.
Amer Shastina?
Amer's gonna wait. He's gonna be the last one to follow to go out with Brennan and be like,
Brennan's
"You sure about
keeping
this?"
Brennan's staying between you and Sumner, so you have to go up before him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's gonna be the last one out. Before that, that's what I'm trying to
Valid.
say. Like the last one
Cool.
at the door.
Just
It's like, are
confirm.
you sure about this, Brennan?
Yeah. Brandon he's not saying anything. He's gonna mutter something under his breath though, very
Yep.
quietly as we're walking.
What are the words?
Killer. Come back, killer.
No, that's not the words.
Is he
The
muttering it?
words would sound like, like something along. It'd be very quiet. It would
Right.
be like, yeah, that's.
All right.
So everyone is you guys are out. You're not that far out though. You just kind of or in the very front.
Yeah.
So Brendan's gonna get to around the entryway of the door a little before it, turn around and fire his oath bow.
Okay. Please roll your attack with advantage.
Is she shooting him through the window?
Nope,
No,
right through the door.
Like he walked out the door, then spun around and
Oh,
With
I
a
don't think Brady
30,
can take him on his
sir,
own, can he?
you shoot your father. How much damage did you deal?
really hoping for a crit.
I know.
All right. Would you like to re-roll? I will allow you the option if you have inspiration.
Okay.
Otherwise, we're going to stick with this.
And remember, we did get that blessing where you have add 1d12 to your first roll in Sin Luma.
that's not gonna make it a crit though.
Yeah. So when we re-roll, are we gonna re-roll for
That's up to you.
damage?
That's up to you how you want to do this.
Okay. So if he gets another opportunity,
Are you going to use the inspiration?
yeah, I'll
Okay.
use the inspiration.
All right. Very well.
He'll do the same thing. He's gonna do the same roll. But
Okay.
thinking about this with clarity, he would use, and I don't know if it'd work, but he would use one of his arrows of slaying on this because he wants full
Okay.
power.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, so he hits him again, but not a crit.
Right?
Ew.
Okay,
Close.
we'll do that. And then we'll do this, see if this does anything.
Got it. Sumner dies with 2 arrows in his chest.
Brennan walks over. Sumner doesn't have armor on or anything, right?
He's got simple blue robes with gold filigree across them.
He's gonna pull the arrows out, clean the blood off, and put them back in his quiver. And he'll walk out to meet the rest, everybody else.
You hear a voice from behind you, Brennan.
God damn it.
Yeah.
It had to be you.
Oh wait, no.
And
Brennan. Mm-hmm.
the log cabin will burn. It bursts into flames.
That's weird.
Nico's going to cast True Seeing.
Okay. As you cast True Seeing, this place has been burning for a very long time. The illusion was that it wasn't. You guys were unable to see the fact that this had been an illusion. There's no way you guys could have made the save. He's been torturing himself for years. Now that the concentration has been broken, the
I see
old
his
man
body.
burns. You can see his body through the door, yes. It's gaunt, charred, withered and worn. Sumner is dead.
Yeah. So
Well,
Brennan's apparently walking out in a cinematic way from a burning building after killing his father.
You guys look at him. He just did that. Cold-blooded. He just walks away.
Doesn't phase Aimer in the slightest.
Right.
Oh yeah. Well, Rose will. As Brennan is walking away, Rose will start following. She will reach into her coin purse and give 10 gold to Aimer.
That's cold.
Yeah.
Aimer pats Brennan on the shoulder and goes, "I'll buy you a beer when we get back to town. Nice job. I was afraid that you wouldn't have the balls and I had to do it myself."
Brennan just nods and he says, "That man caused me as much pain as he did this town and anything else that he touched. He's better off gone. It's something I've been thinking about since before I met any of you.
To be fair, it looks like less a murder, more of a mercy killing. Rose says as she looks at the apparently. So he was just on fire for the last 50 years, or
Yep.
I think it's 30 years. Because how old is Brennan? Because that's how long
it's like
it's been
30
going.
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone would need to explain that to Brennan because he wouldn't know that.
I think he had enchanted himself to be on fire for the rest of his life.
He took all the good out of himself as well as the village. He started with himself. That's why he could never do anything good.
Yeah, I think for the first time, Echo is going to. He's kind of worried about Brennan, and I know Brennan's not worried about it, but still, it's a pretty tough thing. No way. I think Echo's going to in Draconic. He's for the first time. He's probably going to say a prayer for Brennan in Draconic.
Okay, please roll a religion check.
As I guess we're heading towards the tower.
Yeah, we need to check on Brennan's mother. The illusion will have dropped.
So, as you guys are walking, the first hint of the overcast sky breaks, and the sun starts to shine in Sinluma.
Brennan's going to reply to Echo Rex in Draconic because he speaks that and just say thank you.
I didn't realize that.
It looks like Uso kept up his end of the bargain.
But apparently, the actual work of restoring the area is it's not gonna be something as simple as watching the light shine in. It's gonna be a hard, long, slow process.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
We mentioned.
Yeah, Brennan's going to turn around because he just kind of walks away to walk away. He's not going to a destination per se.
No.
So he'll turn around after a few, yards or so, and this guy starts clearing, and he'll say to the group, "That was the easy part. You all know that. This is going to take a very long time to rectify."
Well, Brennan will give you something to do once we finish our adventures,
Maybe, and that's what I was going to say. We should probably check on my mother, make sure she's okay, come up with accommodations, and move on, because once we're done, this might most likely be where I return to continue cleaning up this mess.
Yeah, remember, Ardvig is not going to be happy with you.
Yeah, well, other dragons have also been upset with me. We'll get there.
I mean, so I'm just letting you know ahead of time, be prepared for it. 'Cause that's why I was going to be offered to kill your dad, so he'd be mad at me instead.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
It's weird. I don't know. I mean, surely if he sees the results of this, maybe he'll change his mind.
It's going to be some smooth talking to change his mind. He was very... When we came here before, Ardvig wouldn't let us back into the tower because he thought we might have killed Sumner then.
Oh.
After we'd already been in the tower. So, I didn't want Brennan to have to be separated from his mom for an extended period of time here if that were the case, which is why, if he didn't want to have to deal with that, I was going to do it for him, because what do I care? I don't get to go into a tower.
Well,
Look,
we'll see how he reacts.
Yeah. We'll see how he reacts. If he doesn't let me in, I've been separated from her most of my life anyway. You all can go in, explain the situation, do what you need to do. You can talk to her. Maybe we can come up with accommodations. If I have to wait outside, I will.
I'll talk to Ardvig for you.
I wonder if the whole tower, well, I hope the whole tower wasn't an illusion, because then she would have fallen from the top.
No, wait a minute now.
Hmm.
We've been assured that when Sumner died, that Arvid in the tower and his mother would not be affected.
Oh, I think they're
She's
still
not
there.
a prisoner.
I know she's
not a
not.
prisoner.
But the enchantment that was, the illusion that was surrounding her, keeping her from knowing what happened to the city, would have fallen with Sumner's dead. So I imagine for the first time she's looking out her window and seeing the ruins of Sinluma.
Yeah, he's going to need an explanation. Yeah.
She could leave. She could leave whenever she
Yep.
wanted, but she never
If I
wanted.
can't go in, that might be her reason for leaving.
We'll see. Let's talk to Arvik. See what happens.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys head in that direction
Yep.
and make your way through the trees. As you guys are going through these trees, Tester Day and Ricard, I need you guys to roll perception checks as you guys are making your way in this direction.
I can never
Thank
hear
you,
the
Ricard.
phrase "making your way" without thinking of the words "downtown."
I know.
Making your way downtown.
I know it's. Oh man, it's a curse.
Tester?
I think
Sorry,
he
just
was.
thinking a
awesome.
little bit to focus.
Yeah,
All
he had
good.
to clean up.
So,
Yeah.
Tester Day, as you guys are walking along, Ricard's oblivious to this, but the trees that you're passing by have claw marks. 6-foot long claw marks sideways on the trees.
This day will point them out and say, "It seems Ardvig is marking territory."
Yeah, he does that.
He's also
He-
trying to kill Sumner himself a little bit.
Yeah, he travels through. He jumps from tree to tree. He likes to travel that way. Yeah, that's him. It's nothing to be concerned about. Well, it is to be. If he does attack us, it is something to be very concerned about. He's very strong, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. He is a what most people would call and she uses finger quotes, good dragon.
You guys will come out into a clearing, and when you do so, the entire area is beautiful. The moment you come out, you hear a dragon's roar, and as Arvig lands, I need each of you to roll a strength saving throw or be knocked prone due to the impact of the air under his wings.
Oh, I guess I'm prone. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Yeah, Echo's no good at that.
Woomph.
proud. Oh, maybe.
So Ricard, you saved, and Brennan saves. Tester
Wow.
did not.
Oh, interesting. I will re-roll it just to see if I can make it.
Okay.
With my diamond soul
Okay.
strength. There we go. Let's see if I can get a better roll. Nope.
All right.
Wow. I don't fail rolls that often.
No.
This grass is pretty soft.
Yeah.
Vampire. Cleric. And friends.
Hi, buddy. All those wings are strong. Amer says he stands up, kind of like,
What have you done?
unfortunately, what needed to be done.
So the
Yeah.
old man is dead.
Yes, we spoke with Usul directly, and truly,
He narrows his
And what-
eyes at you, and you can feel yourself being compelled by his own of truth. Not
He-
Tester Days.
and I don't try to resist it.
Okay.
And he said while he was friends with you and did not wish to upset you, that the only way to break the curse in this land was for Sumner's deaths.
Displeased with this god. What of me and my ward?
You
Could
do
be
what you do
unaffected.
best. He created you, but from what we were told, you, your ward, and this tower should not be affected at all. Now that's what we are
Right.
told.
I can
But-
see the village is changing even as we speak. But she cannot. I ask that you not tell her that her love is dead.
I will give my word on that. I don't even wish to speak with her, honestly. This is between Brennan, you, and her. I did this as a friend to help Brennan and his family and restore this land that he called home. Outside of that, I'm done. Amer kind of lifts his hands up like, I'm out. Did my deed.
Yeah.
Rose will look at Brendan and just say, I mean, it's up to you if you want to tell her or not. But though I imagine she can see from the tower, I don't know. I don't think the illusion would maintain itself without Sumner being alive.
The illusion will remain as long as the tower is standing.
Oh. If I knew anything about if I was a certain cutest little mage in Toivoa, she'd be wanting to examine that tower to see how that works. But I am a
Denied.
jock. I'm a jock who doesn't know how magic works, so I'll just be like,
Yeah,
oh,
read
okay.
the book.
Big red rubber stamp. No.
Boring.
Yeah, but Rose just shrugs and just says, yeah, it's up to you if you want to talk to Phelan.
Yeah, Brandon will look at the dragon and say, this really is a family affair, you could say.
He sniffs you. You did it.
He
And
did.
Brendan looked.
I was gonna
Brendan will
also
look.
do it. Yeah. Go ahead, Brent. Sorry.
Brendan looks the dragon in the eyes and says, "It couldn't have been anybody else. Our family did this. Our family had to end it."
Ooh. Roll a persuasion check, sir.
Let's see. I don't know how persuasive he is.
Probably
Not very. No.
he's a pretty taciturn guy.
Whoops. I rolled
Yeah.
twice.
Must say he got 14 though. It's
14.
not bad.
14,
not
there's a
bad.
chance. Let's see what Orving thinks. 1d20 plus 8.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like impossible.
Okay. He narrows his eyes at you. I warned you. Killing Sumner is not acceptable. You have been tainted by your deed of patricide. I will not subject your mother to the same risk.
Brendan will look at him and say, I have two things I have two things we can discuss with this, but the first one might be the easiest. Can the others who have been in before, can they be allowed passage in to talk to her?
He looks at them in turn. Why?
Brendan's gonna say, because I care about her. She's my mother. And she needs to be aware of what's happened. She doesn't need to know that I did it. But she needs to understand what's happening in the world so that she can live her life. She could have left here at any moment. And she was very happy to stay here, but it's all been a lie. And she should have that freedom of option. If you're here to protect her, I think that you'd want to protect her ability to make decisions out of free choice.
That's a good argument.
I'll say, yeah, damn, Brendan's got this.
Roll your persuasion with advantage, sir.
Can't be a helicopter parent forever, Arvik.
Amer's gonna slip Brendan a little guidance on the way. By the way,
That's fine.
a little under his breath. He's like, "What do you got this, Brendan? Roll a die 4 as well, Brendan."
Oh, I'm not going to need it.
Oh.
20.
All right.
Oh,
well,
well,
unfortunately, this is not the Sunday group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
roll a die 4 as well, Brendan.
Yeah, see if we can get a 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
A 25 with a +1 would be pretty freaking amazing.
Yeah. I got you, buddy.
It's already
Two.
that's already pretty strong. I'm gonna. Oh no.
Ooh.
Okay.
Very well. I will allow them to enter the tower to speak with Phelan. But you must remain here. That is the deal. Is this agreed?
I'll remain here with you, Brendan.
Yeah. Brandon's going to look at Arvik and say, a lot's changed recently, but a lot's been changing, and I never thought that I would be making a deal with a dragon, but you have my word.
Nor I with the patricidal offspring of my ward.
To be fair, Ardvig, he took the honorable choice. I offered to do it for him so he wouldn't have to face this. And he still wanted to do it to resolve this himself. I understand that to you that's unacceptable, but maybe after 10 or 15 years of thinking on this, you might let him see his mother one more time.
That will be up to Phelan, because I'm sure that your friends, Miss Rose and Rex, will try to convince her to see him.
Well, that's still up to her choice on the matter. I'm staying down here with Brennan because I'm no better than he is. But you know
Indeed.
what? Unfortunately, good alone doesn't save the world.
No. Are you prepared? As he looks at both Echo Rex and Sweet August Rose.
Who's gonna go?
Yeah, Rose just nods and just says, "Well, speak to Phelan."
Okay. He reaches down with his claws, picks you guys up gently, uninjured, and with a downbeat of his wings, not intentional, but you guys will all be knocked prone once again.
Whee!
Unless you make your saving throw.
Yeah, Tessidende is ready for it this time. So while he does get knocked prone, he uses shell defense midair and just winds up spinning upside down in his shell.
Okay, valid. Awesome. So Ricard saves and Brennan saves. They are not knocked prone. However, Echo
I just want to
is
say,
knocked down
I
again.
just want to say,
Yes, sir.
Echo's
Brett?
coming. Isn't it clause? Isn't the
right.
clause? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
just for
Echo staying
thematic
behind.
purposes.
Yes, sir.
For thematic purposes, Brennan wasn't knocked prone either time.
Right, absolutely. And I think it's great.
Yeah, everyone else was knocked down at least once. That's pretty
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Echo's gonna stay behind. I don't think Echo's gonna go.
Oh, you're just gonna let me go? Cool.
Oh, yeah, unless Ricard's going. Is Ricard going with you?
No, Ricard's not allowed to go.
Yeah, he doesn't know
Oh,
Ricard.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's just you.
All right.
All right.
So Sweet August Rose rises up the tower.
I wonder if she's gonna call me old again.
You arrive and come up to the top of the tower where Phelan is waiting for you.
Hello.
Hello again. Arvig, you brought me a friend to visit. Thank you. Of course. I have matters I must attend to. Should you need me, I am around.
Yes. In the Rickard, yes. I'm sorry. Out of character, Brendan. What is it you wanted me to tell Phelan specifically?
Well, I think now you can tell her because of that persuasion. What can I don't recall. Is he allowed to say that I killed him or no?
That's completely up to y'all.
Oh, okay.
There's no. He didn't agree to anything with any fey creatures, so there's no fey pact binding or anything like that going on.
Well, I just want to make sure I don't piss Arvik off.
Well, that's up to you. What you say.
Well, I also. Well,
I'm not going to tell you what to say. That's half the fun of this. Is the GM doesn't tell you what's going to piss off Arvik.
Yeah. What I mean, I can't tell you because we
Not there.
don't have like Amber's walkie-talkie. But what I said outside.
yeah, I
Well,
can't remember
yeah.
because
Yeah, you just explain what happened and that she has the ability to leave if she wants to.
All right. Yeah. So, hello, Phelan. It's nice to see you again.
Hello, old lady. She reaches out for a hug, like you would for a grandmother.
I'm only like 40 years older than you, she says as she hugs her back. I'm not that old.
That's plenty.
Oh my god. Miles, babe. Like Rose is like 20 by elf standards. She's really young, but okay.
Yeah, and go talk to some teenager about who the 20-year-old is and how much older they are.
Freaking teen mom over here. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
so Rose will just look at Phelan and just say, so I'm here on Brennan's behalf.
Is he okay?
Oh, he's perfectly healthy.
Oh, that's good to hear. Why isn't he
But
here?
I look over at Arvig.
Arvig's flying and watching the conversation. You can tell he can probably hear you from where
Oh
he's
yeah,
at.
no, yeah. Like I'm just gonna be like, I'm sure Arvig can tell you that if you ask him.
That's cold. Like, out of character. That's mean. All right, go ahead.
It's no, like she's trying to poke
That's
this girl
valid.
to
That's valid. Go ahead.
learning because she's been trapped in a tower for 30 years doing nothing. So like yeah,
She's
uh,
doing everything she wants.
so she's just. Brendan can't come here because well, you need to ask Arvig about that if you're curious. But he wanted me to convey that to you that you can leave this tower whenever you want. There's nothing keeping you here.
Of course not.
Do you never feel like even exploring the grounds or leaving the circle or going back to Sinluma?
I have everything I need.
Do you?
Yes. What else
Is this
would I need?
to experience life?
I live every day. I have all my needs met. I have books and learning. I have my handicrafts. I learn things from far away. Arvig brings me books and friends from time to time.
But you've never left this tower. I mean, reading is all well and good, but don't you ever want to see the places in person that you read about?
Oh, but they're so dangerous. I've read about these places like Corlin and the Shadowfell and the ancient sky cities that fell. They are infested with monsters and horrors that
Yes.
I'm not
Yes.
equipped to face.
Well, yes, all those places are very dangerous. I wouldn't recommend going to those places. But like, I don't know, Nausha, Asatoro,
The
the Central
backwater,
Wall.
the backwater place, the Central Wall seems quite terrifying. Have you heard of them? It's an entire city ruled by a Tlinkali empress, infested with demons and fiends and resting upon a necropolis.
Yeah, she's a very stern woman. I've met her. She's very impressive. But you have absolutely no desire to, feel the soil beneath your toes. To
Oh, I can
do
go
anything.
down to the garden if I choose.
But to leave this circle, I mean, you're trapped here.
I'm not trapped. I can leave anytime I'd like.
You're trapped by yourself.
I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm not equipped for adventure. I'm not a physical specimen like yourself. I understand that the years grow strong and develop one into a hardened and emotionally tough individual who doesn't have the niceties of life and doesn't understand comfort and pleasure anymore.
Yeah, no, Rose,
I pity
that's
you.
a fair assessment. No, I appreciate your thoughtfulness, but I'm just.
I have a question. In all of your adventures, why?
Why?
Yes. Why do you seek to put yourself in danger?
Because I want to. It's. I'm trying to think of a way to explain this. What my goal is self-mastery.
But couldn't you do that in a tower like mine?
No.
Why?
Because it requires traveling a path, and that path won't allow me to stay in a tower by myself for my entire life.
Where does the path lead?
Enlightenment.
Enlightenment. I'm afraid that enlightenment is very vague.
It is. The path is different for every person.
Indeed. And for me, my path to enlightenment is understanding who I am. I am not an adventurer. I'm not a powerful spellcaster or brawler with strong muscles. I'm a simple elf girl who likes to learn and doesn't have much outdoorsy skill. Intellectually, I know how to set a fire, but why would I need to when I have Arvig?
No, I should point out you do have Arvig. Most people don't have a giant protector dragon.
Indeed, he's quite pleasant. I love going flying with him.
Well, Brennan won't be able to come and visit you.
That's a shame.
And like I said, you should probably talk to Arvig about that.
I will. I will ask the questions. It's
You should-
a shame
you should-
that you, as Brennan's friend, wouldn't speak as to this and would deflect Arvig. Is it uncomfortable?
For me, no. For you, probably.
You are being very enigmatic. Is
Phelan.
this something I will look forward to when I get older?
Well, yeah, it's the prerogative of all elves to be enigmatic assholes. That's no, that's out of character.
He's
yeah,
really just driving it, man.
yeah. No, that's literally our elvish prerogative. It is our cultural heritage to be elitist assholes. But anyways, she'll just look at Phelan and just say, "All right, Phelan, I want you to look at me and tell me that you want to know the truth about Brennan and why he can't come here."
I would like to know the truth about Brennan and why he can't come here.
Brennan can't come here because he slew Sumner.
Oh no. Oh. Why would he do that? Why would he
And the
murder such a nice man?
Because Sumner, in order to protect you, sacrificed himself and everyone in the town of Sinluma 30 years ago when Sargeos attacked.
What do you mean?
In order to create Arvig, he sucked all the goodness out of the area, including himself and the town. The creation of Arvig created a cursed land.
She looks at you. I knew it couldn't be this good. And she sheds a tear.
I swear to God, if Arvig tries to kill me because of that, I'm gonna lose it. But
Arvig is flying to the tower, and he's going to hug the tower and be glaring at you, but not
Okay.
attack you.
this is just simply the truth, Phelan, and I think you're old enough to hear it at this point. Brennan has broken the curse on Sinluma, and by committing the sin of patricide, he is not allowed to visit you because he is not. She looks over at Arvig and does, in air quotes, good.
Why? Why
That's
would
a
he
very-
do such a thing?
To restore Sinluma to balance.
Then I must see this town. I must see it as it is. I can no longer remain here. My comfortable tower has been shattered. It's time for you to go.
And Rose just simply nods and looks at Arvig and just shrugs, and then she's going to jump off the tower.
Arvig will watch you as you fall Phelan turns and will go inside. And as you fall, Arvig watches, and you will impact at the bottom. Please roll your 20d6 damage.
Oh, well, it's, what is my monk safe fall ability? It's,
Right? You reduce the damage by something, right?
I reduce it by 5 per monk level, so 5 times 18 is, what?
90.
90, so 20 die 6. Roll 20 die 6.
All right,
Yep, she
to
didn't
0.
take any damage. Yep.
Yep.
And yeah, Rose just walks back to the party.
Okay. Arvig stays at the top of the tower to comfort Phelan. You
I
guys
thought we
are
could have gotten
left
better,
equal.
Rose.
Look, okay, Rose is the truth, okay? That's important.
No, actually, I don't think it could have gone better. You know, I'm starting to wonder if
Yep.
Arvig wasn't holding her here,
Yeah, he's holding her back.
you know, by some charm or some effect. And so,
Well, I don't think it's
she needed to
anything
hear
like
the truth.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, she needed to hear the truth,
But
whether
yeah,
he likes it or not.
Rose will walk back to the others and report everything she said, truthfully. She seemed pretty upset. Brennan.
Understandably.
Yeah.
I didn't want to upset her, but I just felt that she was too sheltered, to be honest. And I felt she deserved to know the truth. She used to live in Saluma, after all.
Yeah, it's there are layers to the illusion. Wasn't there? There's the illusion of the city, but then the illusion with all the lies that she was being told too. She wasn't really being kept safe per se. She didn't have an opportunity to do anything else.
Rose nods emphatically.
Yeah, and then Brennan's gonna look at Echo Rex and say, this dragon. What's gonna become of this dragon if if my mother decides that she wants to leave? The dragon's a ward. Is it a ward of this tower and this territory, or I mean, what I'm saying is, if she decides to go, does the purpose for this dragon cease to be?
No, I really don't know.
I don't know. I
I
don't know if
he's confined to this village or this tower or
this area.
what.
Yeah.
Yeah, he may be completely free to do what he wants. Just maybe he doesn't want to go anywhere else.
His whole existence is to protect her, so I don't see.
She wants to leave. Maybe he'll leave with her.
I think he'll follow her if he's not bound to the land. But all she professed was a desire to view the village. So baby steps.
Yeah.
So the only thing that we, I think, have left to consider here, that because everything has gone well, or as well as it could go, is the reality, though, that Sumner was correct, that now she's vulnerable, or potentially vulnerable, right?
If you like, we can escort her for a while she views the village, and then if she's going to come out, she can talk to you. Arvik just said you can't go in there. He didn't say anything about her coming to you.
Yeah, well, that's the question. If the dragon's going to stay with her, she's probably relatively safe, or as safe as anyone can be. But if it's a situation, though, where we're not sure, I think earlier we were talking about maybe staying at Ricard's, for instance. It's unresolved.
I don't think Arvik would agree to that.
Well, here's the thing. I think actually we've done a lot of good here. You've given Arvig purpose, and I think you may even given your mom purpose. Once they see the changes in the village, they may actually start doing things to accelerate the process and make it better. I can't imagine that your mom and Arvig are just going to sit here and let things stay the way they are if they don't have to.
He is
There's
very
a
well.
good chance that your mom and Arvig are going to start making changes for the better, just out of their own, for their own initiative.
She is a kind person, it seems like, so I think it would be fairly easy to convince her to stay and help. I mean, she talks about how much she likes to learn. Perhaps she can learn. She gestures vaguely magic. I don't know. That could help the area.
How about this? Is there a way? Because right now the dragon is in there, and is there a way that we could communicate with her, like a paper bird or something?
Or a sending spell or something like that. Yeah, we could.
I think a letter
All right.
would be quite fine. I think she's crying right now in her bed.
Yeah, but
No,
I-
she's
well,
not,
I-
but that's a good assumption.
that's that's what I'm
Yeah.
assuming. You know,
Yes,
Rapunzel crying on her bed. You know.
that's a valid
Yeah.
assumption.
Well, like the cleanup in this village, it's not going to be resolved right now. This is not going to be resolved either. So I think maybe we could do this. How about we just leave a note explaining to her or telling her that she can go and see the village, and that Brennan is going to be back after we resolve our own things to help clean up and restore it, and then she can do with that what she wants, because that's really, this has been about her free will.
I agree largely. I don't think it would be amiss to wait a day to see if we can catch her before she leaves. She's very naive. I just think it would be wise if we talked to her and warned her about the various dangers. Even if with the Arvigs, with her, one stupid decision could ruin everything. I just think we should, just wait out here a day to see if she leaves.
Yeah, well, Brennan will turn to the group and say, "Oh, there's no guarantee that she's leaving tomorrow or the day after, or the day after that, but we could set up a camp here. I mean, I don't know."
And yeah, you can write a letter to her with a paper bird.
What's
Okay.
the group think?
Yeah, I have no problem. Well, as long as we're close to the circle, because I don't think the shadow creatures will come out here this
That's
far.
what, yeah,
They don't.
yeah,
Correct.
Yeah.
that's what I was assuming. Yeah.
As long as we're close to the Arvig's magic
where-
circle, I think we're fine.
Where are we standing, Eric?
You guys are
Right
standing
outside.
at the tree line, technically down here at the very bottom where the water is.
Yeah. Okay. And the barrier, the barrier that protects her, where is it?
It goes out a good mile from here, so
Okay.
yeah, you guys got lots of room. And Arvik is not running you guys off.
Yeah.
That's best he doesn't try.
For who?
Yeah.
Hey, dragon on dragon. Hey,
Yeah, bring it.
I like my numbers.
Yeah,
I like my.
don't get cocky.
I like Hey, look, I was just going to suggest that if Brendan wants to see his mom, I mean, I'll take him up there. It's just a matter if he wants to offend Arvig or not.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
To me, Arvig he's a good creature, but for some reason he seems misguided. He seems like something about his judgment is off, and I don't know if he's in love with Brennan's mom, or if there's an enchantment on her, or if he's fearful for his own existence because of his mom. But something's not right about his judgment. And Echo's like, look,
No,
I'm not concerned about Arvig as much as I am Brennan's mom.
It's just Arvik's creation, I believe. It's due to the way he was created. He was made to protect Phelan. That is the purpose of his existence. So everything he decides and does revolves around protecting Phelan.
Yeah.
It's that weird, you can be lawfully good and make horrible decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then that includes, keeping her trapped in a tower, ignorant of the world.
Right.
But
Well,
yeah,
he
Trapped
he's
in a
protecting-
prison, in a gilded prison of her own making. Yeah.
Yeah. He has a pet goldfish. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
but
cool.
well, he seemed
So-
mad at me. Oh, so sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. He seems
yeah,
mad at
seemed-
you.
Yeah, he seemed upset, but one, I would argue what I did was not an evil or unjust action. I would argue that most people would consider it good, but yeah, I think he should let your letter pass, and we'll see how she reacts if she comes down from there. Yeah, she was being fairly dramatic with my tower is broken kind of thing, but I mean everything is still working. She could still live and study there all she wants.
And if you don't want to send a letter, I think there's someone among us who's particularly fond of the skywrite spell.
Doesn't that limited to like 20 words or something though?
It's limited to giant dicks.
Oh wait, no, Amer gave it to the
Blue cloaks
Basil,
have it, yeah. Blue cloaks have
Amer-
it to write.
Yeah, Amer gave it to Basil, unfortunately.
Yeah, no,
Give what now?
Your wand of skywrite.
Yeah, I left them with them before I left.
Yeah. All right. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and end it here for tonight. We'll get the letter from Brennan and next week. So homework for you, Brennan.
Let's
Give me
Yeah.
that letter so I can work with that. Echo, you want to
we
say
can talk
something?
about that.
yeah, let's talk about next week.
Yes. Let me go ahead and get
because I
the
think half the party-
session wrapped up,
Yeah,
and
half-
then we can go on that.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we'll come back next week for the next episode of the Spirits End Fellowship.